Welcome, everyone. It is Friday morning. I am your host, Mick Manhattan, joined as always by my co-pilot on this magic carpet ride. Really the pilot, actually, because I don't know how to fly. The man, the myth, the legend, Casey the Man Plot. What's up, buddy?
Well, thank you very much, my friend. It's a pleasure, as always, to see you. And I only fly because I flap really hard. So
I fly first class only.
Oh, my gosh. Morning.
This is what we get.
Let's stretch. Let's everybody raise your arms to the sky and prepare for a glorious day. Oh, my Lord, and act like we didn't just roll out of bed.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow. Hi, man. How you feeling today? I am all right. I have definitely been worse.
Yeah, you know what? This is what we get for staying up late. Two old men and talking about comic books. That was like
we did too.
We went hard.
Yeah, for like an hour just talking about comic books because we both get really excited sometimes.
We do. It's like shiny things.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm terrible about it, and some of them are in fact shiny. I do look for my shiny covers and get very excited.
Have you seen this foil?
Look at that variant. It's so sweet. It does so many other things.
It's got lots of things, and I can just stare at for hours. Do you read them? No, won't do that.
Don't do it. No,
never read it. What was I gonna say to you? Guess what?
You love Smurfs?
I do. That is a truth. Two truths and one lie. That's one truth.
We're halfway there.
Second truth is I think I found the most absurd gift to give on the trivia ever.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it somehow not only is absurd, not only is completely unexpected, but it ties back to our roots from Manassas in a beautiful way. All right. So everybody, for the trivia game today, I'm not going to reveal anything else except for you'll be winning a 2006 Stuffed Total Tweeden 2006 calendar. What? It's got Leanna Tweeden all over the place. You can celebrate 2006 in such the best way with this Stuff, not Maxim, not FHM, Stuff magazine calendar.
I am so proud that you found a 2006 calendar. I don't care whose it is or what. It's from 2006. That was a great year for me.
That was my first year of college in Full Sail.
I'm trying to think. 2006. I had been bartending. Was still bartending. That's about all I remember of 2006.
I'm one of two people. The other guy went on to be a very, very well-known and respected director of photography in the industry. So I'm one of two people whose kicked ass
I beat in fantasy football. But yeah, you carry on.
No, not Greg. No, Greg wasn't in fantasy.
Connor's
not what I'm talking about. Greg is this guy. Greg. He's like Connor's great. Connor has an amazing eye.
I love that we drop names though and been like, no, that's not the guy.
That's not the guy. This guy Greg, he and I are the only two people to ever be kicked out of Full Sail after the first month, and also have our first month of school twice, as we were reinstated a month later.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that's 2006 for you. I found this because I woke up, I guess, around 5 o'clock, I would say.
Wow. I did too. I just wanted on note that I woke up to my first alarm and I felt great. And then I decided to go back to sleep.
Smart man. I couldn't fall back asleep. I was trying. And I got up, went to the bathroom, I was doing my thing, and I was like, all right, I need to find a prize. And I was like, and it needs to be more absurd, because we gave away pops last week to Jason, by the way.
Which are luchadors, which are cool.
Yeah.
I have luchadors on my sock today, so yeah, they're cool.
I love it. That's cool. So I go in my closet, and I find this old shoebox that I know has a bunch of knickknacks and other crap in there, but I haven't opened it in probably 10 years. Yeah. So I open it up, and obviously it's been longer because I didn't know this was in there. Open it up, and there's a ton of stuff. There's a ton of stuff in there that makes, like, even my Full Sail, like
diploma.
No, that's somewhere else. But my Full Sail.
The fact that you had to have that look like, I'm not really sure where that diploma is.
That's got to be somewhere else. But
I'm glad you spent some money on it and stuff.
I know, right? It was my Full Sail acceptance letters in there.
Okay.
That was almost going to be the prize. That was my Full Sail acceptance letter. You can have it. I don't care.
All right. Well, if we're doing that, I'm going to go upstairs and grab some stuff next time, because
I told you this whole thing is about getting rid of the junk.
I have a bin of cuckoo pants stuff, so I will go up and grab it and just start emptying.
There's going to be some fun stuff, because I have an entire thing of graphic tees, Geek tees, that are limited edition that I have never worn or touched. And I was like, I think I'm going to start giving those away. Those will be more towards the summer months when it's warmer.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it is absurd enough to work now. I mean, our weather has been going back and forth enough, dude, so that, haven't been able to actually get any real snow. We've been stuck with this horrifying middle weather, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, nope, we're going to be cold for about 2 days. Yep. Cool.
Meanwhile,
so everyone can get sick, and then we'll go back to the semi-warm.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in Texas, they're like, you can have it. You can have our snow.
Mm-hmm. Man, I was watching some of that ice storms. I was like, haha, that's what we get. It's your turn.
Oh, I'm like, wait, where did that go? You went haha real quick, and I'm like, I
wanted to be you for a minute, see how it fits. I want to see how the other shoe fits. I don't like it. It's weird. Because
you can't be me, because you don't have Louisiana Tweeden. And now, if you don't know who Louisiana Tweeden is, she was the former host of Poker After Dark. Mm-hmm. That's not a euphemism, by the way. It's about poker.
Yeah, it actually is a poker.
And so, yeah, Poker After Dark. Although I do get
model.
That. She was a model, but she was like FHM and stuff. But
she worked for NASCAR. She did like the NASCAR circuit for a bit.
She was a Hooters girl in Manassas, mm-hmm. and I think Colorado at some point. I don't know why I know that, but she was also the one who took down Al Franken.
Yeah. Because he inappropriately touched her boobs.
No, he didn't. He didn't touch her.
Oh, I thought that's what she kept saying.
No, what happened was she was asleep on a plane when they were coming back from the thing, and he made like not on her. He didn't actually touch her, but like over her. But whatever. I mean, listen, that's her story, and I'm not. And there's a picture of it, so I'm not saying it's a lie or anything like that. Yeah. Not at all. And it, if it offended her, I'm not taking anything away. I'm just saying I have a calendar from 2006 with her on it that I don't want in my house anymore.
I mean, understandable. You don't want to give that to your boys, to the sons.
Oh, God, no, absolutely.
Here you go, guys.
This is what 2006 women look like. Good luck.
Yeah, I got drunk with Leanne Tweeden a couple times.
Yeah.
She returned to Manassas because that's where she's from, and we'd hang out. Nice enough. Always go to the City Tavern and hang out with Mr. Chris, bartender CS.
I don't know who that is. I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Sellers. I'm like drawing a blank on everything you're saying right now. But I'm drawing a blank about a lot of things because it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
It is 7 in the morning. Time to wake your face.
I think the best part is Derpy said quality morning content, and I disagree.
Welcome. Yes, we're the QMC. It's always a pleasure to have you here, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. We hope that we're bringing you a little bit of entertainment, an occasional laugh, and something to help you dislodge that morning movement.
That's true. Oh my God, how many people listen or watch us on the toilet?
Everyone here at some point.
Fair enough.
I think that's safe.
Radar's here.
Good morning, Radar. But the cool part is the other side of that is that also most of them will probably be willing to put us on the television. So we're also on their big screens.
That's fair. Yeah. Paul says he runs around listening to us while he's at work.
Absolutely.
Great morning from your black friend Sturdy.
Yes, Sturdy. What's up, buddy?
Sturdy's like, I want to win that magazine or that calendar or whatever it is. It's like, good for you, man. I hope you do. I'm about to go set up a draft house poll today.
Draft horse
poll. The hell does the sentence mean?
What, you've never seen a draft horse poll?
No, what is it?
Okay, well, they take the Clydesdale size horses, which are known as drafts. Yeah, there's also Belgians, there's all kinds in Shires. Those are all the big monster horses. And they take them and try to do tractor pulls and challenge them against other things or see how much they can pull or use them as I saw one that was a tug of war once between a John Deere tractor and a team of Clydesdales. It was pretty neat. Yeah.
I don't rodeos and that world are just so astonishing to me because it's I'm not saying I'm like Captain, let's save every animal on the planet. I don't want to see any hurt or anything like that. But I get we need food and so I get the butcher shops and stuff like that. I got a point, I promise I'm getting there. So my thing is they're pulling against a tractor. I feel like that's really exploitative of the horse. I feel like it's a little too much.
Well, that's part of the horse's thing, man, is they're working horses.
Dude, I want to meet the first person to ever ride a horse who's just I want to ride that thing. And then just rolled on. And then it just went downhill from there because now even the most powerful Clydesdales are relegated to pulling things.
You there, horse, I say, hitch yourself to this wagon and pull me into town.
And it's if the horses are human beings, this would be a really bad day.
Well, yeah, but
we allow it.
Well, the Sumerians, they did it. The Macedonians, they did it. The Egyptians did it.
At what point when you started this entire dialogue of the Macedonians, the
Mayans, Aztecians, Hittites?
At what point were you like, you know what? They were right. They were the smart ones. It's 2023. Those guys, they were brutal. They let humans do that too.
Yeah, because human power is very efficient. It's just now we're being led by money instead of, assault.
Well, some places.
True. Yeah. Not all over the world, but at least in our little corner.
Even okay. I feel like we need to one day, you and I go through all of and I'm gonna just call it rodeo stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's what it seems like it is to me,
Clearly. Well, this is more of a county fair, but I'm with you. Let's go with it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, same shit. But we're all there for the same reasons. Let's be real. Fried chicken, turkey legs, or whatever, with bacon around them.
Fried chickens? Did you say fried chickens?
Fried chicken and turkey legs.
Oh, okay. But now I want to see an event where people ride chickens. So
I don't doubt that probably exists.
I'm sure it does.
Oh my God, bring your house cat. Let's ride this chicken. And it just happens. You first of all, I love you, but you are such a what's the word I'm looking for?
Stickler.
No, not stickler. You are stickler for facts, but that's a good thing. You're a what is the word I'm
chauvinist.
Indignant.
Oh yeah, I'm an indignant bastard.
Here's why. You gave me so much crap on like a show or two ago about pigs and wild boar. And now I'm like defending the horses. And you're like, nah, dude, we've been doing it. Like the Macedonians have been doing it. And like, that's the justification for pulling a horse. No, the Macedonians did not have a horse or 7 Clydesdale pulling a tractor.
No, I was taught. No, but they did. They had 24 people hauling a stone and would occasionally feed them like once a day.
Oh my
Water
God.
was at a premium. So yeah, no, there's a few problems.
I want to meet some architects of like back in the day of like building those pyramids and stuff, and who were just like, if we actually did it like this, it'd be a lot easier. And they're like, just shut up, get back to work. And it's like, but we can get it done. And so like, it's the guy like trying to fight for efficiency.
Yep, exactly. The one guy trying to get everything done faster and better and like fewer resources, and the other one like, no, this is tradition. We have to sacrifice the first 14, kill at least 12 goats, and then along the way, we have got to make it a little more difficult so we remember how unworthy we are of Ra. Like, yeah, I could see that.
Well, can I also point out another thing about this horsey thing? Mm-hmm. I've never in my life, and I can say that with 1,000% assurity, or may Leanna Tweeden strike me down.
Wow, giving Leanna a lot of power there, eh?
I know, right? Heard a horse called a draft. I don't know.
Really?
I've never heard that.
As many Super Bowls as you've watched, you've never known that the Clydesdale draft horses, the ones who bring the giant Budweiser swords.
No, I knew that.
Around? Okay.
But but I know draft for beer. Is that the same thing?
Mm-hmm. That's part of where it falls under.
So they're basically just calling beer horses.
Well, because that was part of what they were hauling. They had to haul all the big stuff. Anything that would go in a keg or a cask and have to be hauled over long distances. Yeah.
I did not know they called them draft horses, though.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Now you know.
I saw Clydesdales. I thought they just used Clydesdales.
Yeah, there's a couple different versions, but yeah, Clydesdales are probably the most well-known. Shires are up there. Very pretty horses. I love the Shires.
I'm going to go to the draft horse pull today with Radar, and I'm going to free the horses. I'm going to be like, go, horses.
Oh, my gosh. Please do it. Because those horses will stare at you and be like, what?
I know.
You realize we get 3 hots and a cot living out here? Why are we worried? Like, this is great. Good living. And they get pampered and taken care of and brushed and showered and bathed. And they get swaddled in the nicest things. Yeah, I want to be a draft horse. I want to be a damn draft horse. Or at least find someone who'll treat me like a draft horse.
That
could be kinky.
I got the woman right here for you if you win the contest.
Oh, if only I were eligible.
I'm here for the absurdity.
Yeah, John, that's what's up. Good morning. Culinary stairwell. Yeah.
Hi, I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower than any competitor. The quality is guaranteed to be the best. On. What? Incredibly
flexible and convenient. Order management panel. Everything is in your hands. Turn it on, off, customize. Go to bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's something. Dogecoin.
Go help out some other channels.
Yeah.
I'm not on the toilet, but I am shaving. There you go.
I'll take it.
Shaving
that
for the
means
draft.
You're still touching his nethers. I love that he says shaving, and I'm like, be careful around the scrot.
Got my jewels in my hands. I watched you guys on the pod a lot, and today you were on the TV. Aww.
Dope. Yes, we are. Hooray!
You're on the phone in the office with me this week.
Yes.
Nice.
That's what's up, John.
Radar says, we're getting you to a rodeo this year, Mick. No, I'm going to free the animals. I'm like, go. Be free, bull. Don't let them ride you.
Please don't go near the bull. You know how hard it's going to be having you around a rodeo and me just trying to stop you from doing all of those things.
And it's just me screaming, I am not an animal activist, but I'm here to stop this injustice.
I don't believe in this injustice. And then all of a sudden you take off and come back with a little cape and a Batman mask and just try to open up everything.
We're not gonna protest gutter as a tool.
We're not gonna protest.
Turkey legs. Now I want to go to a Renaissance festival. Turkey leg beer, live music, stage, but still painful violence and entertainment. Good time, y'all. Good time.
Yeah, it really is. No, Ren Fests are great. I'm really bummed I missed this year's. Like really bummed because it goes for almost 2 months. So the only excuse is me.
I've never been to one. The reason being, there's a very good reason. I'm allergic to
nights.
I'm allergic to bullshit. No, I'm just kidding.
There's no bulls there, so you'd be fine. You can go.
No, all the lies because it's not really the Renaissance.
Right. So reenactments bug you, huh?
Yeah, I want the real thing or nothing at all.
All right.
Next time we go to a Civil War reenactment, bloodshed.
Deal.
Needs to happen.
Okay. We're going to play a little thing called Pickett's Charge. Here's what I want you to do. You start way over there.
No. I didn't say I was in it. I didn't say I was in it. I'm saying if I'm watching it, better be real bloodshed.
Better be real bloodshed.
Chadman says, morning, sir.
Chadman. What's up, Chadman?
How you doing, buddy? Radar. And now I'm nicked myself from laughing at clarifying. Saving my face, Casey.
Yeah. Seriously, I'm really glad you said that because when I nick myself shaving, it's usually down on my undercarriage and it's never fun.
That's why you need Manscaped. Oh, wait, that was like 3 sponsors ago.
Yeah, we're past that one. I mean, I still use mine, but
I love it. Yeah.
It's wonderful. I can actually hit my gooch without fear.
I know. I use it all. I use the weed whacker on my nose and everything.
Oh, yeah, the nose thing is great. I appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
No problem. What's up, Derpy? How you doing, buddy?
Derpy!
Good morning or good evening, depending on where you are.
Oh, well, luckily, we're actually in the morning zone at the moment, which is happy day. Which means we slept. Slept feeling good. I actually feel quite nice. Just slowly waking up, coming to. I'm already feeling something dislodging in the southern region. So say we got a good another 30 minutes before we got to run. You know, I'll do the trade-off.
For me, I actually wanted to start to show off with something I was thinking about last night.
Other than Leanne Tweeden.
I wasn't thinking about Leanne Tweeden until I found that magazine this morning.
Oh, that was this morning. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was literally, I went to the bathroom. I'm not going to say what I did. I cleaned up. I went into my closet and I was like, I need a gift for the person who wins today. Mm-hmm. Saw the holy shoebox that I haven't opened up in years and I probably should get rid of. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there she was. And underneath my acceptance letter at full set, I don't know why she's in there. There was nothing else in there that was like sexual proclivity or anything like that.
Yeah.
And if you look at this thing, it's in pristine condition.
I know. I've noticed.
I don't think I opened it until I was on camera today.
That's ridiculous.
I don't think about Leanne Tweeden, and nothing against her. I don't think about her. I don't know if she was on my radar even really back then. I just kind of knew who she was, and even more so after I moved to Manassas in 2013.
Well, she was on. I was about to say the same thing. She was on Stuff magazine that I owned, because back in the day I owned Maxim, Stuff, and FHM, and my favorite Maxim was actually Elisha Cuthbert.
Wasn't she like the first one? I think that was like a big deal, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I remember her being on the cover was like a big deal. That was like 2000.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah, early.
It was something like
that.
But
it was. It's weird because now seeing all the stories that have come out and finding out that, like, she was kind of forced into that. A lot of those women actresses were forced into those kind of like that. Hey, go do this modeling shoot, because what are they going to do? Say no? They've had their PR person, whoever's in charge of their contract that they're working, their agent, whomever it may be, kind of force them into that segment. Like, hey, this would be really good for your career. So-and-so did it. And you need to do it too. You need to be super sexy because that's what we're selling you as. It's like, oh, wow, now I feel kind of scuzzy. So, good times.
First of all, Radar, I don't justify shit.
Yeah, no, truth. I've been there.
If my wife is upset that I have a Leanne Tweeden 2006 calendar from Stuff magazine in a shoebox,
we'll know because she'll come bursting through the door any minute.
Through the door. And even if she is mad, I'm gonna I love my wife. I listen to my wife, but I'm going to be like the ludicrousness of you thinking that this is something that I've used since 2006. It's insanity. I didn't even know I
That's
had
the
it.
thing, man. At that point in 2006, I feel like magazines were no longer required.
They were more required because remember the smartphone didn't really come out. I had a Sidekick in 2006, dude.
Yeah,
Most
I
people
don't
had
know.
Razors.
I was just like not with magazines. Got the old brain pan, buddy.
Dude, you had so many FHM and Maxim magazines. You were drowning in those pages.
I did, man, but I wasn't like I didn't like leave my children on them.
I just for a second there was like, wait, did you sit your daughter down on top of this magazine? And then I realized exactly what you meant because it was 2006 we're talking about.
Yes.
And she's 10. Yeah.
Precisely.
Math doesn't work.
She was still 6 years down the road before.
She was not on Alicia Cuthbert.
Basically, all of the unsuccessful, non-victorious attempts at children were the ones left everywhere.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, dude, I think back to those times and I'm like, why did I looked at this and I'm like, why did I even own this?
Yeah, oh god. No, I would make late night trips to go to Sheetz to pick up whatever the latest one was and get a chili dog. Like, it was gross. My life was disgusting.
I don't know. That chili dog sounds really good right about now.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Unfortunately, I want to not die. So I'm gonna try to eat less of that.
I mean, you're good. Me, on the other hand,
I don't know, man. Every once in a while, you start feeling those strange little new pangs, the new hurt. Like, I had Burger King yesterday and was like, why does everything feel slow in my left quarter ventricle? What's happening? I don't like this. Something, and then you get a weird tingle that shoots down your arm into the finger, and it's like, well, that's the start of something good. I'm certain of it.
I hate to break this to you, but if you die of a heart attack next to your 500-pound friend, I'm going to say, aha.
I'm very well aware. If in any way, shape, or form I die before you,
he needs to be that's what I'm gonna do. You're gonna die. He died of a heart attack. Didn't he wear glasses? No. Because I took them already, so I could say
God. Oh God. And then as soon as I'm dead, where's his glasses? He needs his glasses. Awesome.
Oh my god.
Brought it back to my girl.
I actually had a very long thought last night that I actually wanted you to be the judge of, and I would be like, I had this, it was stupid. I was like, maybe we'll hold court tomorrow in case you would be the judge, and I'll bring up my case.
Do it.
And the case of Rian Johnson and why he's one of the best filmmakers around.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Well, let's do the comments first because I feel like I feel bad for everybody. So Derpy says, fellas, what's the topic this morning? There's lots of topics. We'll be getting
we've got a few, Derp.
And I know we said DC and you are into the DC and we get it and we will get there.
No, we are going to be getting there because I actually really want to have a deeper conversation about that. I want to get deeper.
But not right now.
Morning, George. What's up, buddy?
Mick sounds like he's trying to just we took that one. And I don't justify anything. I'm just going.
Dale, what's up, brother?
Listen, hey, what's up, Dale? I don't feel shame or anything. Like, it's fine to buy porn or watch porn. Or who cares? Like, I don't.
Porn's awesome, man.
Yeah, I don't care about all that.
It's nice to fire one off every once in a while. Do work as long as they're of age and it's not weird or anything.
It is not weird. It's not weird that I have a sexy woman calendar.
It feels like it should. It's weird that it's not hung up in an auto shop or a garage.
That's true.
You have a garage and you didn't hang it up in there. That's weird.
It's weird that it's from 2006 and it's pristine and it's then there's Cuba. Like, I don't even know why I would say it. In fact, nothing in that box, like even the acceptance letter is like, so I got accepted. I went. I've graduated.
It's all balled up and freaking like tossed in there. Everything else is just torn or coffee stained or something else. But your 2006 stuffed Leanne Tweeden calendar.
You know what? Hold on one second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Trust me. Do a banging history moment.
Oh, okay.
You can make up something, not make up something, but like you got a bunch of stuff in your head. You know tons of stuff.
Yeah, that's all sitting up there. So welcome, folks. We're going to take this moment and get into a little banging through history. In case you've always wondered exactly who was doing what and who was doing who during some of your favorite times in historical memory. So let's kick it off with a classic Mark Antony and Caesar and Cleopatra. I wasn't ready for any of this, guys. Had no idea that he was going to be pulling this out. I was not ready. All right, so God damn it. Fucking spring this on me. Wasn't ready. Gosh, and especially after talking about porn, and now I'm supposed to bring this out. Awesome. So I guess this was a legendary love story. No, man, that's horse crap. I mean, Shakespeare, wind up writing it, but no one actually knows what the story is. God damn it. And now I can't find the site that I was using or my notes. Everything's falling apart. Bedlam and Maelstrom. It's a terrible morning. Oh, God. History of porn. And Sturdy's just going with the porn. Just keep up with the porn. We already started with it. Which is also weird, though. If you've ever seen like old Victorian style, it's always fun because, I mean, it's really been going on forever. There's stuff, I mean, drawings for crying out loud were used to get your willies off. So it's always been around. Men have always wanted to just feel things down there and play with it. So, I mean, because it's awesome. It's a great feeling. Although I am also bitter that we only get one orgasm and women can have multiples. And as a man, if you're not being responsible enough with your female partner to ensure she's getting hers, what are you doing? Because they have it so much better. It's so much cooler. So yeah, make sure to do work down there, fellas. If that's your proclivity. If not, man, dudes on dudes, you already know how you feel. Find all the good parts.
I'm going to put this on the little table here. I did not hear anything you said because I was going to get the thing.
Yeah.
But what were you talking about? Because I am interested. That's why I don't like you doing the history stuff when I'm not around.
Well, that's why I stopped doing the history stuff because I wasn't fucking ready. And yeah, that's 2 F's, and I don't care.
Jesus Christ, dude. I didn't realize. I'm sorry.
No, because I put the pressure on myself. Don't take it personally. I'm mad at myself because I wasn't ready with any of this. I literally woke up to your phone call. So it was get online, and I still have to go potty. So,
go potty. I'll show him what's in my box.
Well, but what I did bring up was I want to see your box too. But what was important, actually, this is a good point. I just brought up the fact that, men need to be taking care of their female partners because when it comes to orgasms, they can have all the good ones.
Yep.
Dudes only have one. And it's fun. It's great. And, sometimes we can get there quick and it's a surprise. And sometimes it takes us a minute and it's less fun. And there can be rawness involved. But, lubricant's important, folks. All right. I need to take 2 minutes.
All right, go ahead. I'll go over comments. I'll wait on the box.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Let's go over comments. Talk. How are you doing? I don't have banging through history. I don't know history. That's Casey's department. I don't know about you, but I'm horny for James Gunn DCU. We'll get there. I don't know if I am. Used it as well. Used it. I didn't use it. I didn't even I never looked at that calendar before. I love porn. Good to know. Our black friend Sturdy loves porn. History porn. Just wing it. You can make it with Cleopatra as a goddess. It's true. In the context of this session, I can't find the site that I was using. Is rather amusing. Casey, that was beautiful. He knows his stuff. I think he's too hard on himself. Good morning. Hey, Mick's out of the closet. That's right. I went back and I got my box. And it's, the funny thing is, it's a George Foreman shoe box because George Foreman has shoes and clothesline stuff. And here's the deal. I'm a big guy. So I have to shop big and tall. And in my past, and even now, I have to find things that fit. And sometimes George Foreman's crap fits. Oh, raw damn. Go raw damn, Casey. Damn right, Casey. So, guys, we're having a good time. As you know, or may not know, depending on when you showed up, today's prize is the Leanna Tweeden stuff total Tweeden 2006 calendar in pristine condition. Because I never used it. It even has a Jack Daniels thing on the back. I don't know why they have an advertisement on it. They have an advertisement on a calendar. Important. Let's see. Let's go through important dates, shall we? Hey, everybody. Welcome to 2006. And what a great year 2006 will be. Why? Because of this free calendar. Which, if it's free, then why is there an ad on it? It's not fair. I don't like that. Because of this free calendar, which guarantees that each and every month you'll be able to lift your spirits by staring at the lovely Leanne Tweeden hanging on your wall. This new queen of televised motorsports, not only looks gorgeous, but she will also clue you in to the happenings of everything with a steering wheel from now till closing bell rings next December. So strap yourself in and put the pedal to the metal and your foot to the floor. Yeehaw. Love stuff. Oh my God. Stupid car. We were stranded in Sexy Town for 3 days, and it has an arrow pointing to Leanna Tweeden. Let's see what dates we have. So we're in January 2006. Oh, it's all the car stuff that was going on. Who's a car enthusiast or NASCAR enthusiast? Because this will definitely work. Listen, I know how it works, Radar, but if it's in a magazine and it's free, then you have to put the advertisements on the magazine, not the actual free prize, because then it's just an advertising tool, not a free gift. Let's see what was going on. Let's see what's going on my birthday in 2006. So March, where are we at? Nothing. It was a Monday. Why do they do this? So here's the weird thing. It starts on a Wednesday and it goes to when. Who does this in a calendar? Who does this? I'm so angry about this right now. Why would you do this? Why would you put it from Wednesday? But then it's Thursday to Thursday. Oh, well, I guess it would make sense. I would have to do that. But did they do this just to match it up, make sure the stuff logo could go here? I'm so mad by this. I don't like this. Yeah, that's what they did. Yeah, they did. Because this one's Saturday to Saturday. Ugh. Hate when they do this stuff. I'm not even looking at the pictures of her. I'm looking at the dates. And this is ridiculous. Oh, the Indy 500 in Indianapolis was Sunday, May 28th in 2006. The NASCAR Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte, North Carolina was the same day. That's interesting. Not really, but who knows. June is NASCAR Michigan 400 in Brooklyn, Michigan. Go Michigan. We love Michigan. Oh, Casey's back. I can shut up now.
I love that you were just going through that. So this also, sorry guys, I had to wipe that tube of lipstick for about 20 minutes before it finally freed itself.
I know how that feels.
So that was where we were in 2006. In 2023, this is my calendar.
But it makes sense for you to have that right now.
Makes things seem okay.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So it's the happy news. So the world is full of wonderful people doing wonderful things.
Oh my God. Dude. I think
hey, not everyone will get you, and that's okay.
Can I do one?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
All right, ready? Next one is this one. Ooh.
So I could see it because my eyes suck. Don't forget to have fun.
These messages are ridiculous.
It's so weird. I love it.
I just want you to know that you are enough. Look how far you've come. You're something special.
That's sweet.
So it's no longer staring at boobs Now it's getting good stories. I stare at words.
We have a Taylor Swift calendar downstairs my wife bought. How is that different?
Yeah, it's awesome because we respect the artist and the things she brings to the table and her boobs.
That's very fair. Her
boobs is number 3. It's further down the list. It's brain first, then heart, then body.
So I explained to them, but I don't think you were here for it. This shoebox I have was from a George Foreman Comfort Zone shoe. I explained to
I don't know why I love that so much, but I do.
I explained to everybody what. Now, I'm going to say this. I added this morning. This was my son's artwork that was sitting on my dresser.
Okay.
And when I pulled it all out, I was like, you know what? I'll just put this in there. Nice. I'll take out the stupid porn stuff and I'll put this in there.
yeah, there you go.
Now I don't know what else is in there, so calm down. This manila envelope that could be something. I don't know what. Oh, ooh, things are falling out.
Is that a diploma? A high school diploma?
I didn't go anywhere purple, so I don't know. Yep, it's me. Mick Manhattan, kindergarten 5. Teacher is Miss Joan Benny. The school year starting September 1987 to 1988, June 1988. Wow. And it was a report card.
Oh, all right, buddy.
So I got S's and O's. I don't know.
Nice. So you were satisfactory.
So I was absent a total of 9 days.
Good to know.
Yeah, I needs improvement. I didn't get any I's. I got a lot of S's and O's, which is outstanding and satisfactory. I don't know why. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this on the show?
You were a significant other. Honestly, I'm staring at mine. I literally didn't even think about it, but you brought up now that you have all your class pictures. All my class stuff is over there as well.
Oh my
88, God. Baby.
88. Woo. I don't know what this is. Oh, I think they tried to do a yearbook of sorts.
Okay.
In 1989. And it was just stapled. That's Catholic school for you.
Nice.
So
heck yeah.
I guess I graduated. I don't know. Oh, here's the diploma.
Yes.
That's my kindergarten diploma. I'm gonna hang my kindergarten diploma on the wall.
If you don't have that up by the next show, I'm gonna be very sad.
If I don't have that up on the next show, you can kick me in the nuts.
Oh,
there's a picture in here. It's of my real dad. No, that's just kidding. Nope, me. Look at that little guy. Look at those pants. Look at those pants. They're white pants, Casey. They're white pants. White? My mother put me in white pants.
Are they cargos or like parachute style? They look like I got some room to grow.
I think that's just it. They were just room to grow. That's all I got. That was ridiculous. But there were white pants and a blue Lacoste shirt. Mm-hmm. I looked like I was growing up in Barcelona.
Yeah, you were crushing it, buddy. You're definitely getting ready to go to Ibiza and have a little party time. Ibiza.
I have handkerchiefs from Men's Warehouse that were $8. That could be a prize.
That absolutely could be a prize.
There's pictures here. I don't know what's in here, so I'm going to look at them before I. Oh, I remember these. This was like 2005. We went on a location scout for one of my first short movies, Dark.
Okay.
And they're terrible. They're stuck together. They're all stuck together. That's how long they've been in there. But it's just pictures of the woods, really. That's it. We went hiking in the mountains of New Jersey.
Yes, the well-known terrain of Jersey. When you say mountains, was it just like the scrap piles that have been so overgrown that it just created bigger mounds? Is that how it works?
I'm going to assume yes.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, they threw stuff up there, and it was just like, yeah.
Yeah, they're mythical folk.
I have a map of the Delaware Water Gap.
Cool.
Let's go to the Delaware Water Gap. I can't have changed
if we ever need to go to the Delaware Water Gap, we've got the Delaware Water Gap.
Oh my god. Radar left us for the draft horse pull, and I'm mad at him for it.
Well, I mean, look, he's got to work. He's got stuff going on. It's a competition, bro.
Borough of Retirements. I don't know if I'm allowed to read this. I think this is my dad's. Yeah, it's something that's his retirement.
There's a whole nother story there. Like you're about to open a Pandora's box, if you will, of history and memories that you didn't know.
My high school diploma.
Yes, I knew it was somewhere.
Oh, my college one's not in here. I got my out-of-time license plate.
It's amazing.
I have a picture of my brother George with clearly with somebody who's had ill intentions. I need to talk to him. I have a picture of me with my niece.
Yeah, awesome.
She's in college now. That's what I'm gonna save that and take a picture and send it to her. But she comes and visits a lot. I have a picture of my grandpa. One of them.
Nice.
Drinking a beer and hanging out. I have a picture of my aunts, my mom, my uncle, and my grandfather. I have my. Get out of the way, Jen. Sister's in the way.
That's his sister for everyone who's curious.
So I have pictures, school pictures.
It's wild how much like you and your son look alike. You just flash that big picture and it's like, dude, that's his smile.
I'll leave this one because it's my sister's picture. I don't know. I have an Irish flag.
I have my Irish flag upstairs too. I don't know why.
There's actually a story behind this one. I stole this.
Yeah.
So I got really hammered on your birthday, which just so coincides with St. Patrick's Day.
You realize how much of our stories are right now just running parallel? It's just...
So I stole it from my favorite bar to go to back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I was moving to Florida for school, and I was there, and they threw a going away party on St. Patrick's Day at the bar for me. And I got so hammered, I was like going to walk home, and I was like, you know what I don't have in Florida? Irish flags. And I took one. I ripped it off of their wall, and I still have it.
That's amazing.
So
yeah, that's pretty special. That's the same thing. Very similar. What is magazines?
No, I don't know what this is. Okay.
Is it a Three-Bow Show pamphlet? Were you putting together the Three-Bow Show brochure?
Listen, I'm not Biden. I didn't know I had these classified documents. When we're co-presidents, this won't happen. I don't know.
I'm so sure.
There's a TV stand, directions to build it. 7th annual John Perricone Memorial Dollars for Danielle Motorcycle Run. I don't know what that is. It's a recruitment thing for something.
It's important.
Oh, police. When I took the Capitol Police test.
Oh, yeah.
The United Secret Service preliminary application package for uniform division police officer. I took that test too.
Mm-hmm. Nailed it with flying
police.
Colors.
Wanted by the FBI. Not me.
Wanted dead or alive?
No, I applied to them too. That was back in my cop days when I was a firefighter, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go fight crime. And he was like, nah. Film school. My Blockbuster membership card from 2004. It was issued on 2004. I think before that I was at Palmer Video. I have an empty file, so not classified.
For future growth.
I have no room. Just like here. I'm just like existing.
You have a floor behind you. Just drop stuff, man.
Full sale acceptance letter.
Nice. I love that you have the acceptance letter, but not the diploma.
I don't know what that is.
The big thing you earned, paid all that money for, but nah, fuck that degree.
Oh, you can have this.
I think today, so we are up to $22 in the new year.
I have a coin that says "Happy United States Marine Corps," and on the back says since 1775, 2005. It's birthday.
Nice.
All right, I have a magazine in here. It's again in pristine condition because I never really used it. Here's the thing: this was given to me by Lenny.
Okay.
Because a friend of ours is on it.
Love you, Len.
Love you, Len. A friend of ours is on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she did a spread in it too. So he gave it to me.
So it's not Charisma Carpenter's Playboy?
It is not Charisma Carpenter. I don't know if I have that. It's a friend of mine. I'm not going to give her name out, but like she was on. She used to be a model. I think she's since
Very
retired.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
But that's what's in the box. That's all the stuff.
Thanks for playing. That's what's in the box. We appreciate it, and all proceeds of retail will be going to the Scene Snobs.
That's true.
If you have any complaints about what we found in the box, please make sure to direct them to No One Gives a Crap.
So we sent out the Patreon letter this week.
Yes, how'd it go?
For the new tiers, really well. Everybody,
Good.
All of our patrons came back and were like, "Hey, that's awesome!" And like we're really excited for it. So
thank you, patrons. We're super excited because we have so much more stuff we want to give you, especially our new Star Trek show.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that. Have a great day, guys. I can't believe you're leaving us for a draft horse bull.
It's gonna be cool.
We can pull our own weight.
Mm-hmm.
Sturdy says, pics of the wood sticky with the calendars. No judgment here, Mick. Listen, trees turned me on. Shut up.
Hey, look, those calendars only showed up in a magazine. So notice how none of the magazines exist any longer. It's because those things are dead.
Yeah, you know what? It's me imagining what woman's going to go on that piece of paper before it gets there.
Exactly. And here's the other thing. FHM stuff and Maxim were all the softcore versions of everything anyway. So it's not like we didn't have access to all the other stuff. It's like when people watch Skinemax and they're like, I'm going to whack off to Spider Babe or Lord of the G-String. I'm like, no, that stuff is funny. That stuff is not. We have access to all the hardcore stuff. And not to mention, use your brain. Didn't you do it? You've done it before. Just think. That's way cooler. And it is important to clear it out every once in a while because prostate cancer is real. So as a man, handle your business.
I 100% agree. I didn't have any time because I had to get up and do the show this morning.
I'm not saying today. That was an instruction for me, like telling you, Mick, right now.
Casey, I gotta go. Talk about banging. No, I'm kidding.
Just talk about banging.
Just talk about sex at this point.
Yeah, really? Great. Good morning. How salacious we are.
No, like the clean kind. We just got to talk about the most vanilla type sex ever.
So remember, when you begin, you want to stare directly in your partner's eyes. You will begin physical contact, and you must prepare yourself to engage. Yeah, it's weird.
Listen, Casey.
Lean towards each other. Now slowly tilt your head to one side and make sure it is counter the other side of your partner. And now begin to press your faces together.
Don't forget to wash behind your ears before every encounter.
Because it will smell like crusty cheese if you don't take care of that, you sick bastard.
I don't know why that made me laugh as hard as it did, but it did. Okay. I have to defend this guy because too many people crap all over him for The Last Jedi. But Rian Johnson.
Oh, we're into the Rian Johnson thing. All right, let's do this thing.
Yeah, I feel like because I want to hear what you have to say about the other thing.
I want to hear your case. I want you to plead it to me. So are you for or against? You're defending?
I am defending. I think he is one of the greatest filmmakers alive today.
Okay. Bold strokes.
Now, before I get started, I would like to read off some of my favorite movies that he's done.
Okay. What you got?
Okay. Brick, of course, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I'm going to support that. Yep.
Great film noir about a high schooler solving a murder. The Brothers Bloom.
Oh,
It was a good one. It was a good one.
About that one.
Looper.
Okay.
A lot of people like trash it, but I was like, this is an interesting take on time travel, and I really
thought it was fantastic, and JGL absolutely crushed it.
And now I'm not even talking about the TV shows he directed. Of course, Knives Out, and Glass Onion, and he's doing a third.
It's just dumb.
So out of everything there, the only thing that people really trash on him about is The Last Jedi, which I have been on record as saying I don't think is a bad movie at all.
No, I don't. I enjoyed it.
It's just not a great Star Wars movie within the realm.
I'll be honest, they just, because of what it did to the, what was 7 and 9, because there was such a difference with 8, I think people were uncomfortable with it, and it changed some stuff, and it was a little strange. I didn't like what happened to Finn. I feel like Finn's story got muddled because of it. So there are aspects of it that I didn't like, but if you take it as a standalone movie, it's enjoyable. I like watching it.
Yeah, and honestly, to me, having argued this point too, like it makes a great Star Trek episode, in my opinion. You know, I love that whole chase scene dynamic to it. Some side quests going on, trying to help the main storyline going on. Like everything was like really well planned. It's a really well written movie and told story. It just doesn't fit in the mold of a trilogy, especially a Star Wars trilogy.
Bingo. I will agree with that as well. And also the let's not forget the Laura Dern sacrifice. There was some cool stuff, man. I really dug the crap out of it. And, you know, it's important because we get Poe's growth from it. Poe's growth, but the problem here is Poe's growth is really the only thing to me that carried well throughout the series. Everything else was a little shaky.
I didn't
Rey's
mind.
Story got muddled a little bit. It wasn't terrible. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it took a lot longer to progress or pull anything from it. Which, of course, if you look at episode 5, he did mirror that with Luke Skywalker a lot. The difference is training montages went a little different between the two, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, I didn't mind Rey's portion of it, but you're right. Like, you know, it was truly amazing how Luke just shows up and Yoda's like, all right, dude, let's do this.
Yeah.
I mean, especially after everything with his dad and the whole 9 yards. And then, like, he shows up and Luke's like, no, I never do this again. I live in my huts with these weird women that clean everything. Go.
And I get blue milk.
Jesus, Luke. But there are some very cool badass moments in it, Star Wars wise, that I liked. I mean, the face off against Luke and stuff like that. Like, there's some cool stuff. Overall, the story was good, and I did like Poe's growth in it. But you can tell, like, unless you were making Finn a Jedi at any point, which I thought in Force Awakens they were alluding to.
Well, at least a Force sensitive something, or you know, where he was going to be a leader of one of these sects, or he was going to, you know, be trying to help his fellow stormtroopers who were locked in, who are these people who were, you know, had been taken. And like, if he's so noble now, I don't know, he just didn't have a lot for me, and I wish there was more.
You know what it was? It really comes down to the executives who didn't have a clear, concise vision. They just said, J.J. Abrams just did Star Trek and it's huge, and he's done a ton of other stuff. Let's give him Force Awakens, and hopefully he'll continue on. And J.J. Abrams didn't want to continue on. He started it off. He's like, I opened it up. Take it where you need to take it.
I'll do whatever we need to with this. And people were upset with his opening. People had a lot to say about, I don't think it should be done that way. And how come this guy can just come up and grab a lightsaber and start fighting somebody? So to not tap into that is like, not really cool. You know, why didn't we see more of that?
But you can tell Rian Johnson came in there and like the dude writes his stuff. He likes to write what he writes when he enjoys, and he loves his stuff. And he came into this movie probably as a Star Wars fan, and he was like, I'm going to give it a try. And he did it, but you could tell he got rid of a lot of stuff he didn't like. Captain Phasma, he downgraded Finn a lot. Like, not that I don't think that he misrepresented the character, but I think they took him in the first one the wrong direction. He should have been a stormtrooper who was taken as a child, bred into being a stormtrooper for the First Order, and then breaks free and leads a rebellion. Like he should have,
I like that idea too. He should have made his way up to general.
Yeah.
Whereas in the second movie, he's just a little more like, I'm not really all that great. He's still cowardly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that part at all. Like, I don't know.
He didn't
I didn't like the way they took him in, especially John Boyega, man. It's such a great actor. I feel like he could have given you so much as that, sort of rebel leader idea. But yeah, bummer.
Yeah. So Last Jedi aside, this guy makes fantastic stories.
I'll agree with that. Absolutely.
That take you to weird different places. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I started watching Poker Face, his newest show. He wrote and directed the first episode, and the rest have stylized type of directors coming in. Okay. And it's every episode. This show is one of the best on TV.
And this is the Natasha Lyonne vehicle.
Oh yeah. So there's only 5 episodes so far. It's going to be a 10-episode series. I hope it comes back for a second season. Okay. It's a murder mystery show, so it's in line with Knives Out, Glass Onion. He writes these are written so well and so much fun, and her character is fantastic. She plays it so perfectly. She plays Charlie Cale, who is basically a human lie detector. You cannot lie to her. She can always call BS, and she does. I love her little, like, when somebody lies to her, she's like, bullshit, and she can't help. It's almost like a tick. She's so used to being able to call it. And as soon as they do, they're just like, they get offended, of course, because if anybody said bullshit to you while you were talking, you get offended.
Usually.
But it plays out well because it's like they see, like, how do you know?
Right.
Star-studded. Like, there's so many people in this, but regardless of that, so I don't want to give too much away, but I want to, like, kind of give an idea to people, like, what this show actually is. Natasha Lyonne being this, she always played poker, made her money that way until a casino boss stalled her because she beat him for his money. Played by Ron Perlman, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm in already. I mean,
he doesn't show up until later. He hasn't even shown up yet. Like, you've just heard him on the phone.
Okay.
Adrian Brody plays his son in the first episode.
Oh, nice.
And he took over the casino, and he's like, I want to take this whale down, And the funny thing is, like, in the true Rian Johnson fashion, he shows you exactly what happens in terms of the murders right off the bat. You know exactly who the killer is and what's going on. The rest of the episode is watching her solve it.
Amazing.
It's beautiful. Like, the first, 10 or 15 minutes, and, like, you're watching this and you're like, what? The star of the show is not even on for 10 or 15 minutes in every episode. And you're still enthralled because you're watching the murders unfold and such. Mm-hmm. And, like, then you go back and you're like, how's she going to figure this out? So, and only because she doesn't have investigation skills or anything. She's not. She's just like, she works at a casino. She's just a human lie detector. That's it. So when she gets an inkling of something's a lie, she's like, Can
she smell it?
I don't know how she does it. She even says it in it. She's like, there's nothing mystical about it. It's just one of those things. I don't know. It just kind of comes about. And I can tell, I can look at a person, and if they look me in the eye, I can tell you if they're telling the truth or a lie. And not just that, but, like, she can watch things, and if something's off, something seems like it's being lied about. Mm-hmm. It like irks her. It's very Columbo-ish.
So she's got just that hyper sensitivity, awareness, perception, sort of
kind of. I would say like perception.
Okay, so the ability, let's say, like, from Psych.
No.
Sean.
No.
She's not Sean Spencer?
She because she observes things, but only because, like, her sense is saying, like, there's something off. There's a lie in here somewhere.
So she has,
she looks
a sixth sense.
That's very fair. Almost, yeah. But the best part is the first episode is all about her. Her friend gets murdered at the casino because she stumbled upon something that the casino owners didn't want to get out there. So they kill her, right? And so Natasha Lyonne's character, Charlie, is like, well, you killed my friend, and there's a lie here, and I'm figuring it out. And she puts it all together, and she calls him out on it.
Okay.
And she gets away with it because she sets herself up to get away with it. She knows, she's like, I'm in a tough situation. I got to set myself up. So she does, causes a huge catastrophic problem for her, especially, and she has to go on the run.
Oh, snap.
So she's just traveling in her car across country, hauling away, because Benjamin Bratt's character, who plays a security officer at the casino, is hunting her down for Ron Perlman. And it's interesting because she learns something different in each episode that you see it take on. Like it's flows so perfectly and so well written. The second episode, like, she's in New Mexico, like, but it starts off and you see like the murder in that episode. And I'm not going to give that away or anything, but like you see the murder occur in that episode, and then they kind of rewind to how she was involved throughout. Her car broke down, and it was about a mechanic killing another guy. And you don't even know she's there yet until you see him hit the guy with something, an object, and bludgeon him, and the blood sprays on this car, and it's her car.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, it's gonna come back. She's there. And then it cuts back to like she had to leave it overnight. Now she's hanging out with this trucker who gets wrongly accused of the murder, who's played by Hung Chow, who is up for an Oscar for The Whale, I believe. Or
nice. Oh, wow.
She was also the tortillas woman in The Menu.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
So like she plays like a trucker who like helps her learn a few things about being on the road, which you see come back up in the next few episodes a couple of times. So like, you know, and then like the third episode, a guy kills his brother, and the wife is in on it, and like she's just working at the barbecue place in Texas.
Nice.
And so like, and then, you know, so like it's on the 5 episodes, but like every episode is completely different, has a different vibe. So like the New Mexico episode had a very like spacious vibe. Like I forget who the director was for it, but she's very into like the sci-fi element sort of it.
Okay.
And you have that feel of it, you know, like, but in an old town, almost like that Close Encounters of the Third Kind type of feel, small town feel.
Yep.
You know, and then the most recent episode was a very stylized Quentin Tarantino-esque type one with Judith Light and I forget the other actor's name, where they play old convicts who kill a guy for reasons that I will not unfold here, and she's working at the old folks home they live in.
Amazing.
So it really plays out well in such a good way. It's a great murder mystery show. It's perfectly written, in my opinion, and I think everybody should be watching it.
Awesome. No, it sounds good. Like I said, it's definitely one I want to check it out.
So
Ryan Johnson. Here's my thing with Ryan Johnson. Did he do Iron Fist?
No.
Then we're good.
That's your level. So you know you're okay with it.
You know me, I love art, man. I want people to do their art and express their art, and he actually does some great art that I'm a huge fan of. Knives Out alone, just that one movie alone, would have been enough for me. Then you give me Glass Onion as well. Okay, you've given me 2 of my favorite genre that is so underdone because it's not done well. So when it is done well, there's something magical about it for me. So. Yeah, he's given me that, and I'm good. And the hate over Last Jedi, like I said, it's just because it made the final trilogy kind of suck. Yeah. It suffered. That's what it was. It just suffered for it rather than gaining something. It detracted.
And let's be honestly real here. Is it that it was the Last Jedi that totally trashed it? Like, yeah, it didn't help, but the Rise of Skywalker is pretty rough.
Oh, no, the problem is then all of a sudden you get people who want to recorrect and overcorrect and do something weird and different. And it's like, okay, I'm fine. I mean, it's cool. It's people's art. And I still stand by my statement that everyone has a right to be able to express their art in however they choose, as long as it doesn't hurt other people. Unfortunately, just these movies didn't hit the mark for me. And somehow the new series or the new trilogy makes the prequels better. So if you're able to make those movies better, and there's that much effort going into television shows to make that era better, to reinforce those characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and yet nothing is being touched in the new trilogy. You know where you stand.
Yeah, for me, I feel like Ryan Johnson came in with The Last Jedi and was like, all right, I'm going to I'm going to throw some curveballs because I feeling they didn't have the third one. They didn't have a plan. He came in and was like, fine. JJ volleyed this up. I'm going to send it over the net and tell me what you think. Let me go from there and set it up in such a way where he didn't do Finn dirty, because Finn, he was setting up for, I think he was trying to put it in that way where it's like less force stuff and more, love connection, stuff like that, which they completely abandoned. And
I mean, even give me the friendship. Like, if you want that to be the friendship, then make it a real friendship. I'm down with supporting that, but it was just a weak friendship, man.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on it. I'm not defending it as a thing. I'm more defending him in a way that's like, maybe it didn't work for Star Wars and you shouldn't have done it this way, but I blame the producers for that more than him. Because I think in his way, he was like, I don't like what you did here in Force Awakens. Now I'm in charge. I'm going to send this a different route. I want this.
That's what I'm saying, is that's kind of a D-bag move if that's the way it went down. But I don't know if that's the way it went down. So therefore, it's only conjecture. And I don't want to put the guy down if we're completely wrong here. We go down a path and just be like, light him on fire because of what we think. And it's totally wrong thought because we don't actually know.
Come on the show and let us ask you about The Last Jedi, but praise everything else you do.
Yeah, seriously. We're not going to knock you for The Last Jedi. We just need to know if it was your fault. Did
you ruin this? They told me to put a casino. But I do.
War profiteering is bad.
Yeah, it's true. If you are a fan of Knives Out and The Glass Onion, and I'm speaking to everybody, especially you, Casey, you will absolutely adore Poker Face. I actually went back and was like, what was Joseph Gordon-Levitt's name in what do you call it? In Brick? Because I was hoping it was an AA name, because in the Knives Out movies it's Benoit Blanc.
Right.
And in Poker Face it's Charlie Cale.
Charlie Cale, right.
With the C. So I was like, oh man, that would be amazing.
Who was the AA?
Nobody. I didn't find anybody with an AA. I was like, come on, that would have been great.
There's gonna be some weird random like college movie he did. some second grade to love. That's gonna be the AA.
Oh my god. I don't think that man could ever make a second grade to love. He'd only make, even Last Jedi is like way better. Although it would have been better if like Finn was like, I love her. I have to go get Rey. I love her.
I love her. I mean, he was really close. There were a couple scenes I was waiting for it.
Is there going to be a Scene Snobs sex ed video series to be shown in schools?
Yes.
1,000%. Yes. Vote for us. Write us in.
And we'll be talking like this. So that way you know that the way to place the condom on is first by opening the package, then remove the prophylactic from its wrapper. Now, you're going to find a reservoir tip. You begin by pinching the end of that, and then gently place it upon the head, as you then roll the remaining down. If it doesn't roll easily, you're trying to put it on backwards.
Or, if you're like Mick, just say, hey, baby, I don't do those.
Oh man.
Let's pretend that this just happened. We didn't know this was going to happen. Pregnant.
Hey, baby.
Thanks for the herpes. See you later.
You have to understand, I'm much more of a skin-to-skin fluid contact kind of guy. I want transactional things here.
Baby, when I say I'm going to pull out, we both know that's not true.
That's what we need to do. Just start feeding a whole bunch of lines of that way of stuff married men can say.
Baby, don't you think our baby deserves a brother?
Oh, wow.
Damn right, go raw. Goddamn sturdy.
I'm just curious as to who the first settlers were that were like, if we actually put the intestines of a pig, you could wrap them around your willy, and then you can safely insert them inside of, one of those ladies of the night down on Southbury.
Stop with that voice, because that voice is not how that went down. This was, oi, I'm telling you right now, if you put this in sheep's intestine on your dick, your dolly can go on the lady and then get pregnant. I'm going to do it this way for the rest of my life.
I'm never going to stop, mate. I'm going to be able to just keep hammering over them and never worried about getting those sores on my dongle.
Oi, baby, let's just have a baby.
Well, then you get down there to Australia, and they're like, hey, we don't wear that. We use kangaroo guts. And you got to fight the kangaroo
Wait,
first.
did you think
and
I was
that's how
doing
your
an
mate has
Australian
to
accent?
decide. Huh?
Did you think I was doing an Australian accent?
You kind of shifted that way.
Man, I failed at that one.
No. I mean, you started with a good cockney. Yeah, the one there, right? Like he's down on the street there in London town, eh? Like it's now go down the high street and you just carry on, right? But then it kind of started shifting, and you're like, oh crikey! So we're gonna get down there, and no one's gonna worry about it. And that's Terry. She's my wife, and we love my wife. It started to get a little bit there. You drifted a bit, mate.
I'm not a couch. Don't expect me to pull out. Listen, baby, just because I'm built like a couch doesn't mean I pull out.
Yes, I love it.
Oh my God, ladies.
Oh man, but then you see, I've been told, but then I get treated like a recliner because they don't pull out, they kick out, so it's different. They're like, please God, no.
You're not coming me. Oh my God, dude, I can't even believe it. It's our morning show and this is where we went to. It's all these it's being surrounded by all these damn calendars and shit. What happened to the calendar?
Wait, you have multiple calendars?
I don't even have one right now.
Oh.
Where did I put it?
Is it under the box?
Maybe. No.
Oh.
I put it back in. Oh, I did put it back in.
Oh.
I was gonna say somebody's not getting the calendar. I'm like, how did it disappear?
I love that you put it back in the box so naturally without even thinking. Like, nope, of course this would stay in the box. It must stay in the box.
I'm gonna win the Leon Tweed in 2006.
This will be mine, and I will let no one else have it.
Speaking of stuff, I
love stuffing, especially like when you put sausage in the stuffing. And then do you cook the stuffing in the turkey?
I just stuff it in. I don't know. I just let it go. I put it right in. I'm like, hey.
I remember being taught what stuffing the turkey was. Have you ever heard of this one? I had a friend of mine when I was bartending who used to come up with these ridiculous things and be like, it's really funny, the idea of stuffing the turkey, right? Where you take your man business and then both parts and try to fit it all in at the same time.
What?
Yeah. These are the other things we'll be bringing up on our video. Our sex ed video.
Should not be allowed to exist.
Hey, man, some people are into weird stuff.
That's too weird. I can't allow it.
It's still just a one guy, one girl thing. I don't think it's all that weird.
I think we call it the Scene Snobs Religious Coalition for Sexual Improvement in the Home.
Oh my God. And the madman sect. I'm gonna have a 99 theses to be thrown at you there, buddy.
I'm gonna do straightforward sex education videos, and you're gonna do the kink videos, the madman kink videos.
Straight freak videos. Just be like, yo, y'all like to have a lot of fun and get silly. All right. First, take this, and it's like Molly. And then
oh my God. The first video is just you not talking for 45 minutes and just straightening a hanger. You don't know what it's for, and you don't want to ask.
I like to heat this one up and then smear it on my body. I like to feel the burn.
Miss, come over here.
Please. Dildos, also known as 2 dogs in a bathtub.
Oh my God. Oh, a walrus in a bathtub? Finn could have at least acknowledged that he was shooting other soldiers who were brainwashed as children at some point in the films. Yeah, we didn't do that.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Yeah. So let's get to DC.
Okay.
Talk about DC.
I know
You said you had some things you want to say.
Derpy wants to talk about DC. Let's do it.
Derpy's not here anymore.
Oh, fair enough.
Derpy was like, you're not going to talk about it for a while, so he left.
That's fair.
He's checking back in periodically.
We'll hit Derpy up on Discord and just be like, hey, check the timestamp right around $1.40.
And it's just me going straight in a hanger for 45 minutes without saying a word. We just keep giving them timestamps of the weirdest stuff we've said today. It's like you want this, you gotta work for it, you gotta watch the whole thing.
Meanwhile, half of the show will actually be about DC.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So with all the announcements and everything going on right now, like what are some of your takeaways from it?
So, firstly, I am struggling with anyone taking over, and keeping the Flash in play. I think I've been very on record as where I stand with that production. I'm not a fan, and I won't watch it, and I don't care what happens. I am super annoyed that there's even still going to be an Aquaman 2. I didn't realize that was happening.
Oh, really?
Like, I thought it was this mythical thing they spoke about, but wasn't actually shot yet, much less ready to go.
Yeah.
So whatever with that. I don't know, man. It's DC. I have zero faith. I'm not gonna lie, dude. As much as I tried to go back through all of this and I try to be excited for any of it, I'm not. It's still Warner Brothers executives. Yes, we have James Gunn, who's someone whom I really respect and really appreciate and love what he's done. I love the stuff he's put out, man. It's great. But we're not getting Peacemaker. We're not getting all these other fun things that he's doing in the properties he was taking care of. I just don't care. I don't give a poo. I'm not concerned about it. We get Matt Reeves Batman. Okay, fine. We wind up getting who was the other one? Well, it doesn't matter because now I'm thinking Turkey.
Well, so we have Blue Beetle. This year we have Shazam, Blue Beetle, The Flash, and Aquaman 2.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I get it. And he's saying The Flash, James Gunn was like, Flash is going to reset the timeline. I guess they're retconning in such a way where it will reset the timeline the way they want to go.
So, like, after the first 5 minutes, Ezra Miller will be gone. It'll be a different Barry Allen.
You know, it'd be great is if they kept everybody the exact same, and this is all a ruse to get rid of Henry Cavill and The Rock. They're just like, nah, guys.
And The Rock, yeah. I mean, Shazam will be fine. It'll be fun, but I just don't know, man. The more I keep, I don't trust nor I don't believe in DC. I like the properties. I like their animated stuff. I like the Elseworld stuff. The stuff he's saying is going to be outside of the DCU. Cool. But honestly, man, for a unified story of more stuff, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not saying that, like, I'm not going to go. I'm not ardently like, no, I won't support them. No, I'll support it. I just don't know what to expect. And every time I've gotten my hopes up, every single time they've been dashed. So there hasn't been anything that DC has put forth that I went, oh, that was phenomenal. You know, Shazam was probably the closest thing that I went, that was really good, you know, in this new run. Man of Steel was beautiful. I love Man of Steel. And the fact that so many people hate it really bothers me. You know, it's like, wow, I must just be an idiot. And then everyone else loves Batman versus Superman. I think that's trash. Absolute trash. Justice League was garbage. I was so frustrated having to sit through that freaking movie again. But I will say, Snyder Cut made it so that I didn't hate all the characters the way I had grown to. Yeah. And you know this, I had absolutely despised everything they put out. So, yeah, it's whatever. Dale's there.
Yep. I'm with you. Ezra needs to go again. Like, I'm fine with their recovery and everything they're doing. I'm not fine with it. I hope that their recovery goes really well. They're a problem. They are a problem. They caused a lot of turmoil in a lot of people's lives, and now we are at a point where it's kind of a shit or get off the pot. There's no better way to say it. Shit or get off the pot. You need to get rid of him, or you need to put out this movie and just be like, we're done with him.
Yeah,
afterwards.
They need to do that. That's what needs to happen. Well, they're going to probably try to use it as an opportunity to be able to, get some good PR out of it.
Well, have you heard about
him. We backed him up and fixed him.
Sure. So James Gunn came out and praised and said it's one of the best movies he's ever seen.
Yeah, I saw that.
Of course he did. Company men through and through. And I like James Gunn, Peter Safran, whatever, but I don't dislike him, but I don't like what he said about the Batgirl movie, where he was like, it was completely unreleasable, and he completely backs DC's choice to shelve it. So you're praising this one movie and destroying this other one without fans ever getting to look at it at all.
That's always fun, isn't it?
Yeah. But you're going to force this other one down our throat just to say, hey, we're taking over and we're going to do this. You're being really disrespectful to the fans who are sort of backlashing against you. Like at first I was like, all right, James Gunn's sort of defending his point. Now he won't shut up on Twitter.
Yeah.
And everything. He has an answer for everyone. And it's like, dude, you need to be above this. You are not part of the people. You are now CEO of DC Studios. You need to stop bickering with everybody who disagrees with you. And also understand where everybody's coming from. Like you, like me, we were jaded because we wanted good movies for a long time. Now we're supposed to just trust you. You're being company men by supporting Ezra Miller. You're being company men by ousting a lot of people that we actually liked in this world.
And you're also being company men of a company that we've seen screw this up since Batman Forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This isn't... Okay, look.
The Chris Nolan Batmans.
Oh, no, but I'm saying we've seen that level of what the effery since then.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying they haven't put out good stuff. I'm saying we've seen consistent failures.
Yeah, it's true.
Throughout.
Yeah,
Marvel hasn't had failures. Eternals was low and a little slow and different and not great, but if that's what you consider a failure, it still did pretty darn well.
Oh,
and
I
it's
agree.
Entertaining, and I'll watch that over Batman versus Superman any day.
I agree with you 100%. And I'm not even an Eternals fan, but it's better quality movie than really anything that was being put out. Again, aside from Christopher Nolan's Batman movies.
Yeah, I'll agree with that because those were fantastic.
And actually, I would even say Matt Reeves' Batman movie is really good.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm excited for that one. I'm excited to see his second one, and I'm excited for Joker. I like the Joker story. The Todd Phillips Joker is great.
I don't understand why you have such a hard time. And listen, I want to see what they do, but at the same time, you're shelving, you're saying screw Batgirl and all the people worked on it. Like, really? Like, so it's so unreleasable that Michael Keaton as Batman again isn't worth seeing. You're telling me every scene he had was that bad? Michael Keaton,
which is really all I want. So when I see Batman Brave and the Bold, I'm like, oh man, great. My first thought is, yeah, that'll be perfect. And then I realize that that's way too old or way too young for where Michael Keaton currently exists. So that's a bummer.
But also, like, Brendan Fraser was in the movie. J.K. Simmons is in the movie. Like, so you have actors in this movie that are Academy Award level actors.
Absolutely.
Coming in. And you're going to tell me that the movie is unreleasable and just sticking with the Warner Brothers brand. Just sticking with the Warner Brothers brand. You're going to tell me Batgirl is unreleasable, but Joss Whedon's Justice League was spot on.
Was exactly what they wanted. Was exactly what they nailed the mark. Hit the target. And yet this movie is obviously not of that caliber. That's why I don't trust them. That's why I do not trust anything coming out of any of their stupid mouths.
Yeah.
So I'm not listening anymore. I'm done. I'll see when the movies come out. Maybe I'll watch them. Maybe I won't.
Yeah. That's my biggest thing is, and again, I don't care if you want, because he's writing and directing. James Gunn's writing and directing the new Superman movie.
Right.
And I get it. Fine. You're going back to Superman. And I'm not saying it has to be Henry Cavill. Whatever. Yeah, it was kind of shady how they did it,
Right.
pulling him back in and then doing this again.
Which apparently wasn't actually a thing. Like James Gunn was trying to say that the Warner Brother execs were the ones who screwed him up, and he was never even actually. It was all scuttlebutt. He was never back in officially.
Yeah, that's why they brought him into Black Adam. Okay, because you're not. The Rock doesn't get to choose what stinger goes at the end of the movie, and if he does, then that's still your fault.
Right.
Whoever's running it, it's still your fault if that's what it comes down to. Now, if The Rock was really trying to muscle himself in and take over the DC, and he was shady about Shazam 2 and things like that, and he's not a fan. I don't care. I like The Rock. He's fine. I like his movies, but he's got a lot of issues. You can tell he wants to control everything. You can just tell.
Well, I think he's at that point in his career. Sure, he's in the Schwarzenegger time. Remember, so he's Schwarzenegger Commando. That's exactly where he is now.
I think it's important to remember that he doesn't love these properties. He's not a DC fan. I'm sorry, he's not. He's never talked about it like they were. So at least like James Gunn knows the characters. He's giving us an authority television series or a movie rather, and I'm not saying that's a great idea, but at least he knows enough to write something about the authority.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, we're getting some very interesting stuff where he's going to go with a Booster Gold series, which is great. So,
and I think they're picking that, right?
Yeah, and I think it's cool that they're grabbing these characters, and I think it's great that they're really going to give this a shot. I still struggle with the fact that once again it's DC Warner Brothers. I'll believe it when I see it, man. At this point, I can't get myself hyped for anything because I don't freaking trust it. And what are they going to do with the Blue Beetle? They already have a kid with superpowers in Shazam. What are they just? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get how they got to this place. So it's very weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm so. It's annoying. It really is annoying, and there's so much turmoil. There's so much controversy over everything that's being said. Like the fact that Warner Brothers, because Ezra Miller is a part of 2 of their properties in the Fantastic Beasts and the Flash, the fact that Warner Brothers, like every one of your fans is saying this, you can't keep him. Like after what he did, you can't keep him as the Flash. We're not going to see the movie. We're not going to have anything to do with this. And you keep touting the movie and then turning around and, we're going to see how his recovery, we're going to see how their recovery goes. And it's like, really? Like, seriously, you really have their back that badly? Like what about Ezra Miller and everything they did is like they aren't even that good of an actor. I'm sorry, they're not even that good of an actor. Like
I don't understand what they bring. I mean, Perks of Being a Wallflower was the last time that I went, oh wow, good role. Because I mean, Fantastic Beasts was the only good movie in that whole series. Of the 3 post Harry Potter movies they came out with, I only liked the first one. The rest of them I didn't care for. They weren't great, or there's something, they just all fell flat for me,
I agree.
And a lot of that was, part of the Ezra Miller's character, who's supposed to be kind of the impetus to a lot of these. I didn't care about a story. They didn't make me care. No. Whether the writer, director, or the actor. Not one piece of that made me care about that character overall. And then we get into what else do you call it? Who's the other one? The Rock. The Rock's another one who it's fun to see him, and they're a good actor. But when they try to do more and take over things and be this bigger than life sort of character, it's like, okay, cool. I respect you, but I'm not going to follow you like that. Same thing with Kevin Hart. Like I have a whole lot of people like that. It's just I don't know.
I almost disagree to a point with the Kevin Hart Rock correlation, only because Kevin Hart for me seems like he has a hustle and he's always going.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I don't get the feeling from him that it's like I want to take over the world. I get the feeling from him I want I want to be at the top of my game on all the things that I do.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that. I put them in correlation because they are that way in my brain for some reason.
Yeah.
They just have been
I
tied
think because
a lot of movies. Yeah.
So many
But
movies.
and Jumanji's so great.
It is really great. But it's not great because of The Rock. He's a great asset to it.
Right.
But it's not great because of The Rock. It's honestly, out of all of the movies that you've seen The Rock in the last like 10 or 15 years, the Jumanji movies to me are the most pure, because it seems like in every movie he's in, it seems like it's The Rock.
Yeah.
In this, in those movies, it's still The Rock, but they didn't lose the vibe of the original Jumanji.
Right, which is also one of the things that I think gave him credence as an actor in like The Rundown, Southland Tales. He's got roles that he's played where he's not necessarily The Rock. And when he's acting, I like him a lot. But in all of the other things where he's the persona of The Rock, I just couldn't care less. Like Fast and the Furious series, meh, whatever.
If I'm being honest, he hasn't acted since Pain and Gain.
Boy, that was a fun one.
Because if you remember, before Pain and Gain, he lost a lot of his muscle. Like he leaned out. He was trying to become that everyman. Like he was trying to do it that way, where he wasn't the big, broad, muscular guy. He did Pain and Gain, gained all that muscle back with Mark Wahlberg, and he was like, I don't want to lose it. I can respect that. That's fine. It's your body. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. But then because he didn't want to fit the part, which again is fine by me, it seems like he wanted to control as much as he could to kind of keep moving forward in his own element and do the things he wants to do.
Yeah.
And fine. I mean, if you want to be Tony Montana and take over the world, go for it, dude. Try your best, but we don't have to buy it.
Right, exactly. That was the biggest thing. And also, Mark Wahlberg, I forgot, in Pain and Gain. Did he have a mustache in that movie?
No, did he? I don't think so.
No.
Was he supposed to?
No. So why in the world would they wind up cast as Sully in Uncharted?
You're still so jaded about that.
I'm so bitter because everything else is so perfect about it. I started rewatching it the other day, and I was like, God.
Do you think? Oh, you know what? This actually segues into our next topic. But let me go over this real quick because we got some comments. The Rock took over G.I. Joe, tried to take over Fast and Furious. They said, told him, see ya. It's not your story. It's our story, not yours. Rock wants to be the center of attention. That's why I'm not a big fan anymore. I get that.
Totally fair.
I never thought of that, but
you know what? I want the actors, yeah.
All right, I want the actor and actress to be fans of these guys. They should be. Well, all right, here's the deal. Like, if you're acting, I don't think you have to be a fan. Because you're an actor. You can pull off the role. Like, it helps. I think it helps to understand these characters. But
do you think Cate Blanchett was a fan of Hella?
Fair. Have anybody heard of Hella before, Cate Blanchett?
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that Cate Blanchett shows up and smokes the role just embodies and is this incredible villain whom I will always love. I mean, that was awesome. I don't need her to be a fan.
Nope.
It's like, I don't need Judi Dench to be a fan of Queen Victoria to do a great job playing there.
I mean, they do damn good work. It's the people planning it. Like, Kevin Feige is a Marvel fan. He knows it. He knows Marvel. In and out. He worked on all the old productions before he took over. Like, so stepping into it, I know his vision for it. He's getting the right people for the job.
Agreed. James Gunn, I think I struggle with because of what he's doing with just DC in general, has the struggle with they constantly have had to reboot their universes because they get so far up their own buttholes because they don't realize what they're doing. They go to extremes. They overpower characters. They underpower characters. They have to do these entire universal resets because they've skewed things so much. Yeah. And they do them so frequently now. And it's become a thing. And it's frustrating for me. As a comic book fan, I've had to veer away from a lot of DC long runs because there are no more long runs. They kind of snapped and broke all the long runs, and now they splintered into 100 different tiny ones. They try to reunify them, but it keeps breaking off again. No. So I just see the DCU doing the exact same thing, which they did as they have an Arrowverse, You have the Nolan Batmans. You have all these different, subsidiary breakdowns of each era, the Snyder era. Like you have all these weird offshoots, and now we're going to be going into the gun realm, whatever that is going to look like. So no, I don't know. I like MCU. It's easy. It's consistent. It's straightforward. They give me everything I want. And they have Ant-Man, the most beautiful father-daughter love story. Like, just, it's perfect, man. That is the love letter that I want. That's what I was looking for, and I found it. It's great. It's perfect, and it's Paul Rudd. So
you love your
much
Ant-Man.
bigger fan of that.
My biggest thing is James Gunn is not going to write a really good Superman movie, and here's my point. And I state that as a fact. It's not a fact. That's my opinion, of course.
Conjecture.
Conjecture. There you go. There's the reason I say it though is because all of James Gunn's filmography, he writes really good outside of the box characters, original characters. He's very
Slither.
Good. Yes, but more so I was thinking of the Guardians of the Galaxy. And the reason I say this, these are all properties that existed, characters that existed. But the way he wrote all of them, Suicide Squad,
Drax.
No. Guardians of the Galaxy, Suicide Squad, I'm talking about superhero properties. Peacemaker. These are all characters that existed, but he wrote them the way he wrote them. They didn't exist like that. Like, he gave them depth, and he's good at that. Superman exists. We know Superman. Superman has to be a certain way. You can't make him this way that made everybody else. Like, you can't make Superman as goofy and funny as the Guardians of the Galaxy or Peacemaker or things like that. You can try. You can say, why not? But he's the first superhero in comic books. Like, let's be real.
And he's always been the smooth, got it guy. Even in Smallville, I think Tom Welling went as far as and as close to goofy as you could get. And it wasn't all the time. I mean, that was not the overall purpose and heart behind him. His Superman still was always trying to be just and do the right thing, and it was really cool.
And the goofiness only really came from being a teenager.
Right, exactly. And that's the only way you can get away with it, is in that time frame of his life. Or if you want to try to focus on him figuring out how to be Clark, that could be fun. Being Clark in the city, that could be interesting. But Superman's so good at that point, he's kind of so full of himself. He's splintered already at that point. He's created this alternate personality of ultimate weakness, which is what he thinks humans are. So that's kind of crappy of him, right? Is that really a superhero I want to get behind? As someone who thinks I'm just a bumbling moron who is unable to talk to women? Is that
what?
Or whomever? Yeah, that's what Superman thinks of us.
Are you making this up? Like, are you just getting mad about Superman for some reason?
No, I want you to think about this. All right, I want you to seriously consider this for a moment. Clark Kent is the creation of Superman, right? Of Kal-El.
Yes. No. I would argue that Clark Kent is his true identity. Whereas Batman's true identity is Batman, not Bruce Wayne.
Yes. Yep.
Clark Kent, being raised on that farm the way he was by Jonathan Martha Kent, Clark Kent is who he was. The bumbling part came when he realized, I have to turn this into a secret identity so I can maintain this. And how do you make sure nobody looks at you twice when Superman's flying around and kind of looks like you? You be the klutz. You be that bumbling guy. So I don't think that's how he views humanity. I think
you just talked me off a ledge. Yeah, you just brought me down. You brought me back to reality here. I mean,
I'll defend Superman all day long.
I mean, I know you will, and I'm thinking immediately going to like all the other Supermen, and I'm like, well, where's the really klutzy that I really was offended? And I'm not really offended. I mean, Dean Cain was pretty great. His klutziness is kind of what my klutziness is. Like, it's like, I get it. That's fair.
Dean Cain was one of my favorite Clark Kents.
Mine too. Yep.
Because even that, like, it's not even like a bumbling thing. He's just more uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was.
Like,
yep.
You know, he was a good-looking guy. He was a nice guy and stuff. And like, he was just a really sweet, caring guy who Superman is. But Superman's that because Superman goes out and it's basically Clark Kent calling himself Superman.
Yeah.
That's fair. and he's still a sweet guy, but like he has the confidence of Superman because he's allowed to show it as Superman. He can't show it as Clark.
Yeah, that's fair. Whereas it's kind of interesting that in Zack Snyder's Henry Cavill did not have that.
No,
Henry Cavill's was not that kind of Clark Kent. I didn't like his Clark Kent. I love his Superman, but his Clark Kent was just kind of a prick, just kind of aloof, And I'm like, nah.
Yes, great word for that. He was kind of aloof, but that's why I like Tom Welling's take on the teenage version. Was he is a completely, like, he's a good-looking guy. People like him. He's not unpopular. He's not the geek. Like, he gets picked on by some, and he has to play the bumbling role of like, I'm gonna get picked on today. But in fact, the matter
it's too bad his best friend is starting a sex cult.
Starting or is she starting a new one in prison?
Guiding people to a sex cult.
Especially when you're co-stars. I love watching the Talkville podcast because you can tell they're like, they'll talk about Chloe, but they're like, yeah, all right, let's move on. We don't need to make this about her. It's just one of those things where I think Superman is such a great character, but people tend to write it and focus on the wrong things. Whereas the TV series that they do, and even the animated series, they don't. Does that make sense? Like they actually focus on the right things when it comes to Superman. And Man of Steel, I will back you up. Man of Steel is a great movie, and I hate the argument that he killed in it. First of all, if you're not saying that about Batman in every Batman movie, shut up. Secondly, which I can still, like, whatever. Okay, when he blows up the entire factory that nobody's in, are you serious? Like, shut up. He just fought like 50 people to get in there. And he just blew them up. Anyway, I can go on.
When he drops the bombs and just bails,
dude, let me tell you, Superman, when they say, well, he killed Zod, he was left with an like that. You don't I hate people who don't understand origin stories. Yeah, maybe it's not a direct origin story, like he's just kind of coming into it, but the origin is why he doesn't kill. Because he killed. He did it and he realized what I just did is not something I never want to do again. And you are maniacs if you think that Clark Kent Superman grew up, became Superman, a superhero of impeccable strength and everything else, and he just said, I'm not a killer because killing is wrong. No, he learned it. He realized, I don't want that power. I don't want to have to make that choice. I'd rather save. And showing him murder a fellow Kryptonian of his
one of his last kind. Yeah.
The last person left who can understand him and maybe guide him in some way. And he had to murder him. He had to make that choice. And if you don't see, because in that scream alone when he does it, if you don't see that that's the turning point of Clark saying, I can never do this again.
Well, I mean, look at this guy is threatening innocent people who are basically less than who he's responsible for and responsible to. So that's exactly what he does. All right.
Yeah. I will say this, like, because I kind of want to go back to what you're saying about Uncharted. And I know there's no easy way to segue this. So, like, Superman flyby, we're back to Uncharted. You know who else was in the sky? Tom Holland.
Tom Holland falling out of a plane. Oh yeah.
And the reason being is because Naughty Dog, as you've told me, has done Uncharted and has done The Last of Us. And now I'm wondering how, because you said everything in that movie is spot on, and I trust you because you know those games in and out.
Yeah, those are my favorites, man. Naughty Dog Studios crushes it, and the Uncharted series is the greatest ever.
Nice. And you know, we've talked about it. We've talked about some other things when it comes to Uncharted, and you say it worked really perfectly. And I like the movie without having that background.
Yeah.
And I didn't mind Mark Wahlberg, but I don't know Sully either, so it works. To me, it seems like Stephen Lang probably should have been playing that role.
100%. Victor Sullivan is Stephen Lang. That is the real life version of him. In fact, if you ever do, you remember that Stephen Lang and Nathan Fillion?
Yeah, you
short
showed
they
it.
did. Yeah, that's right. That was in my brain. That's who they are in real life. Like if they popped out of the screen and wandered around, I'd be like, oh, that's them.
What did you think about the relationship between Sully and Nathan in the movie?
I think they screwed that up too.
Yeah, because you always said he was really
you've
loyal.
You've got Sully bailing on him, cheating on him, and like the whole story is Victor Sullivan will lie, cheat, and steal to everyone except Nathan. Nathan is the one kid he like found himself alongside and went, okay, all right, kid, you got some balls, you got some moxie to you. We'll hang out. It's very much so like when Indiana Jones gets the hat from the other guy. Remember when he's a kid? So there's kind of the passing moment. The torch passes with Victor and Nathan, but it's also becomes a fatherly thing because now he's protecting him. Yeah. So instead of just being like, yeah, one day, kid, it's like, no, come here, kid. Let me teach you what you don't know. Yeah. So that way I can take care of you. And it becomes that. I mean, he'll screw with him. And there's definitely times when he's like, hey, it looks like he's bailing, but he's actually finding a different way to go save Nathan in a roundabout manner. So it's like, oh, okay, that did work. Okay, I see what you did. All right. But this one didn't play that way. And all of it goes back to Wahlberg.
And with The Last of Us having come out and that being another Naughty Dog
IP.
piece, like IP. Thank you. What and being so close, to the source material and people praising it for that fact.
Yep.
How do you feel? Like, do you feel like maybe the studio got too involved when it came to?
I feel cheated.
Okay, fair.
I feel cheated. I really think. They hopefully, here's the hope, is that they're going to come out with another movie and it's not going to be Mark Wahlberg. I'll take everybody else. You can even change out Tom Holland because now he's got to be older. If Nathan, needs to grow older, because Tom Holland's kind of one of those stuck humans who's probably going to look that way for like until he's 40. It's not even forever. Fair.
You know what bugs me is like when Zendaya is not with Tom Holland, she looks like she's in her 20s. Every time she's around Tom Holland, she looks like she's 15.
Yeah, they all backwards. It's not cool, man. I don't appreciate it.
I like Dale's point here, and it kind of goes to our Man of Steel point, which ties back together, is maybe Sully learned in that first movie. He had to screw him over once to never do it again. What do you think about that possibility?
Sure. If you want to take that spin, that's great, but that's not the Victor Sullivan character that I've played for 4 video games. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
There's too much established history there for me to allow or be okay with wiggle. What The Last of Us is doing, where it's wiggling and how it's wiggling, fine. It's awesome. It's really incredible, in fact. Yeah, Uncharted wiggled the wrong way. It was the wrong character to try to wiggle with.
And to go with one of the topics for tonight, because really, well, we did DC, but I do want to get to the rest of them if we can. Yeah, that is a really cool poster of Batman, dude. Sturdy brought it up.
That's Stuart Sager right there.
Nice.
So I've got 4 Stuart Sager pieces. He's also the guy who did the Iron Man over here.
Nice, man. Very nice.
I love it. He was awesome.
Remember the Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man?
Yeah, the 3
I got from that artist. I think I'm going to want to put them up like right here. You won't see them on camera, but I think it'd just be a great piece to look at when I'm around.
Nice.
So to get into The Last of Us and what's kind of going on, so the most recent episode, and we are going to do our take on the episode when we do episodes 3 and 4 and we talk about it, and that'll come up. So I don't want to get into the episode itself, but basically, and speaking from a person who's never played the game from an outsider's perspective, it was about Frank and Bill and their relationship through that 20-year period since the epidemic started up until present day and where they're at. And it's their loving relationship that kind of goes through it. But because it's a gay relationship, which it's same in the video game, they just don't show that story.
Right.
They talk about, they allude to certain things.
It's alluded to, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people, haters and morons and homophobic people,
small-minded folk.
That's a very good way to put it. Are showing a lot of hate and review bombing it because this episode elaborated so much on it. I know for me, not having played the video game, and that's why I want to get your 2 cents on again, not the story, but the hate that's going into it versus the story. I know for me, that story was a beautiful love story, and the I just don't understand. I guess I understand homophobics are going to be homophobic, but
Yeah.
my feelings on it are like, are you really? What are you mad about? Like, what are you truly mad? Like? There's other homophobic relationships on screen. Is it just that you like this video game and you didn't want to see it? I can't even get into the head of these people, but
Well,
I'd love
I
to
mean,
hear your take.
sure, absolutely. I think it's a beautiful love story. I think there was a time in my life where I wasn't sure that I was okay seeing two men kissing. You
Okay,
know what I'm saying? There's legitimately, that's what I had been trained with. That's what I've been taught. That's what I grew up with. Was that it wasn't okay. It wasn't all right. It was absurd. And two girls kissing was just a good time. Like that's what I was raised with. And
Stuff
then
magazine
as
said so.
Right. And then as I grew up, as I grew older, as I learned and I interacted, through high school, and then began to start to question things and see things and go, well, wait a minute and hold on a sec. And then I lived with somebody who I made that very comment to at like 19 years old. And he looked and went, well, I'm gay. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. I was like, let's talk about everything. I have to know.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, what? And then I don't know. You kind of just snap out of it and realize that that's dumb. Judging other people just because of who they love is sad and a waste of time. Life is short. Find who you love. And if you're lucky enough to find someone to love, you love the ever loving crap out of them. And you give them everything you've got, because that's what the beauty in life is what you can give and the joy we have on this short amount of time on this spinning ball. So it's kind of screwy watching these small-minded people be upset over a love story that maybe they're jealous because they'll never ascertain something like that. Maybe they're jealous because they're afraid to try to go actually achieve something like that. Maybe they're just upset in their own lives and they need something to be angry at. And it's always easier to be angry in a group because you can get lost in a group, because your voice can just become one of others. So you can, yeah, or screw that guy. Yeah. The angry mob mentality.
Well, do you think
Either way,
oh, God.
Either way, it's diminishing the point and fact and character of other human beings. And it's dumb to do that. What I really loved what they did with this episode, I loved the way they expanded upon it. I love that we saw the storyline. It's very much like Up in the first 5 minutes. You get this whole love story and it's beautifully done. But this one becomes more agonizing because you get the full extent of this tale. So I mean, beautiful and wonderful. And like I said, I believe I mentioned it when we were doing the live stream. It makes me rethink that maybe I need to fall in love with a prepper.
Fair. Do you think that it would have had as much hate had it been a man and woman relationship?
No, of course not. We live in a homophobic society that's grown. We're built on
I
puritanical
don't
culture.
agree with that. I don't
We're
agree with
built on a puritanical culture. People don't want to talk about sex. People don't want to talk about that stuff. It's all
I don't
religion,
agree
man.
with that. I agree that those
Okay.
are people that exist. I believe that
Sure.
there are portions of societies that do. I don't
Mhm.
think we live in the same world we lived in the 90s.
That's fair. I like to think we've gone further because you and I have both grown. And if you and I can grow from not really know muches into, oh yeah, it's fine. Do what you love what you do. Go do your thing. Go do you.
Actually, it's a very weird situation. We had a family member who was gay, who was. It was something that never It was never an issue for me. I just never. I never really, like, early on, didn't really think about it because
You
I
were
guess
never
I
told
knew
it was wrong and how wrong they were,
honestly.
how bad a person they were.
Yes.
They were going to hell.
All right, calm down, dude. Calm down. Seriously, like I'm trying to explain it. Like, do you want to hear it, or like I'm just trying to, like, what I'm saying is I'm not bettering in any way when I say this. All I'm saying is when I was a kid, it wasn't really talked about. I yes, the Catholic Church did, the Catholic school did, but they were talking bullshit about a bunch of stuff. So when I was a kid, I kind of was on that anyway. I never, it was.
I heard the church was crap.
You do, because there's a lot of people suffering at the hands of it, and you see that, and I guess because we had a family member, and my brother, when he got older, because he's much older than me, he had gay friends. We never talked, like, my parents never talk disparagingly about homosexuals or anything like that. Like, I think at most I'd say they did was like they would ask me because I didn't have a girlfriend, hey, are you gay? Like, because I think it was more they didn't know and they just didn't talk about it, is really what it came down to. So I'm just saying that's my experience. I understand what you're saying, but I think in 2023 we're in a much different world, and the small percentage of the haters that are out there trying to review bomb this still aren't really doing it, because the episode is like one of the highest rated TV episodes ever.
It's got like a 9.7 or something I was looking at. It's ridiculous.
They can review bombing as much as they want, but it's just not working. Like, it's just all it is, bringing it down a little bit.
Oh, it did drop it to a 7.9. Oh my gosh.
But also that, I think there are going to be people who didn't like the episode either. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people who didn't like it, but I don't think it's going to be all that. But I just don't see the world and society, especially in this country right now, being as bad as it was 30 years ago. Like,
I think the percentage is smaller. I agree with you. We have come a long way. The percentage of people is smaller, but their voices have gotten louder.
I think their voices are amplified by the fact that we have more allowing it to happen, which is than we did 30 years ago. But I don't know that it becomes louder, as maybe louder, but in the sense of like, you're just kind of screaming at the wind, like you're like, a lot of people don't agree with you.
But there's people who are, trying to interrupt drag brunches, holding AR-15s and wearing masks, all over this country. And that's disgusting. And all because they're sad, pathetic, weak people as well.
I agree. I 100% agree with that. They are absolutely, you are right. And they are disgusting human beings. And where we live today, but we have the Pope coming out now. And with, I'm not defending the Pope. I'm not defending.
Here we go. This is going to be a very different take than on the Catholic Church.
No, I'm not defending the Pope at all, because the Pope defends a lot of things that he probably shouldn't. But even the Pope is coming out and kind of rationalizing homosexuality. And now, listen, a lot of the people who are part of the Catholic Church don't even listen to the Pope anymore. So it's an odd world.
Yeah.
It's a really weird world. But
that's a crazy thing, too, is all of the people I know who are Catholics who, one Pope ago, they're like, yeah, Pope is infallible. Got to listen to the Pope. Pope's the guy. New Pope. Yeah, Pope's kind of, maybe they don't really, maybe it's different. Maybe they're not completely chosen by God.
I will tell you this, the fact that there were people, Catholics, who for years had John Paul II up on their wall.
Yep.
They always put those oil paintings up of those popes.
Truth.
And whatever the Pope said is Jesus's law. But when Trump rolled in and like the Pope started saying things that were a little more open in societal, then the Catholic society is willing to accept, and
right.
And they completely jumped on it. It was like, no, let's vote for this guy, but screw the Pope. And it's like, you can't even be Christians, right? Like, that's where you're at. You're not even like a good Christian.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's. I wonder what it means, what people think of it means to be a Christian nowadays.
Oh my God, Derpy's going hardcore against the Pope. I mean, go for it too. Whatever.
Go Derpy!
So, Derpy, did you just come back? Because we had a whole DC conversation without you.
I seriously hope he did, because are they? Oh my God, Derps!
We got in
wherever you were. That's amazing. And I'm sorry you missed it.
No, you can always rewatch. But yeah, no, so like the homosexuality, this is disgusting, but it's not surprising, which is the crazy part. It's not surprising that it's happening, but I also I don't know. Everything I look at, I try to keep my ear to the ground or whatever to understand the pulse of what's going on in pop culture and such. And it does seem to me that the louder voices right now are the ones that are supporting it.
Yeah.
And it's a smaller percentage, which is I'd love to see. I'd love to see that percentage is coming down. If we can get it down to 0, that'd be amazing. But not enough.
I mean, there's always it's part of. I like to think of the death throes. Things are loudest when you're at the end, when the time has come for your finish. So I'm hoping that that's kind of what's happening here. That these super loud voices are just because it's at the end. It's an old mentality that will die and we'll move past it. And people will just allow other people to enjoy what they want to enjoy. And everyone else can just get the hell over it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not hurting other people.
It is. And listen, I get it. I do get, like, I mean, how much, especially growing up, and like we were talking about it, like, yeah, there was no real understanding, like, but there was no real understanding about anything. Like, if they didn't want you to, if again, and I agree with you in this sense, like the puritanical government didn't want us to know about it or wanted us to think one way, that's pretty much how most people were thinking, because that's just how it was.
Right.
Because we didn't have the information. Thankfully, we've spanned out, we've moved, and we've done things. But yeah, like it is sad to see, but it at least is much better than it was.
This is true. And don't worry, churches are closing at a rapid rate, so it's fantastic to see.
Dude, we should turn them into homeless shelters for sure.
Right? Wouldn't that be cool? In fact, that's what we should do. Oh man, remember how many churches you and I saw up and down that strip heading down to Raleigh on those back roads? Bro, what if we just bought those and turned those into shelters?
I'd be down. We could do that.
And we just take our time going up and down the coast. Just checking stuff out.
I often think about that when I'm driving down country roads and I see broken down farms, like what you said. It was just like, we don't take care of our farm agricultural portion nearly as much. We need to be taking care of our farmers more, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important. It's vital. Yeah. It's what this country was founded on in reality. And it, is have your own little spot, self-sustenance to handle your stuff, and barter. I love it. I miss those days. They would probably be great days.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that. Those are the days you kind of long for. Those type of, like, we're making. You have people making things like legitimately feeding communities.
Yeah,
and we're not supporting this because we want to have ding dongs and yodels and whatever else.
Well, because it's easier, and that way it gives us more time to go make money.
It's really not easier. It's destroying our bodies.
We have been soapboxing hard for like an hour.
We have. I haven't done anything else. Oh, there was. I was just going to share with you.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go on to the next topic, because
Derpy's in here, and Derpy did ask if we could give a quick recap summary.
I'm not doing that, Derpy. Okay. You gotta go back and watch.
Cool. And then Derpy says, I'm like 30 minutes in for Netflix adaptation remake of All Quiet on the Western Front. Geez, had to stop it for a little now. Overwhelming first 30 minutes were, yeah, it's beautiful, Derp. And if you've never seen, they're closing down mine because it's almost time for the end, just saying, but that's me. The church?
Do you know something we don't know? Are we
I don't know what that means. They're closing down because it's almost time for the end.
All right, Casey.
Like which end?
It's time to start being like Bill from The Last of Us. Let's start building out our bunkers.
Dope. All right, I'm in. Look, if you guys give me space in your house, I'm in.
I told you to buy that house across the street so we could build a series of underground tunnels to each other, but you didn't want to do it.
Because I was physically incapable. I'd have to ask someone else to co-sign. I'm not quite that point in my life, bro.
I get that, but still, it'll be amazing.
But yeah, real quick, Derp, All Quiet on the Western Front, amazing movie. If you haven't ever seen it, the first one, the original, or read the book, I highly recommend all the things.
Yes.
And good luck with that. Keep tissues and have something to eat so that way you can be like, I'm not crying.
Laugh hysterically at the war and dismemberment of humans.
Yeah, it's great.
The crying laughter is the best part. Like Tobias in Arrested Development when he's in the shower, just crying, holding. Because he didn't get the role. Oh, Paul's here. What's up, buddy?
Paul, what's up, buddy?
Love you guys. Work is busy, but wanted to say hi, y'all. Good morning with fellow Snobs family.
Emotional damage.
And Stephen A is funny. All right. We had a couple other topics I wanted to get your opinions on. So Tom Brady retired again.
Yeah, he did. But did you see his contract, bro?
No, what is it?
His booth contract is like 10-year, $247 million.
It should be. It should be 100%. If you're going to give anybody, I'm not saying that's not ludicrous, and it's like
It's
200.
insane.
It is insane. It is insane. But if there's anyone in the NFL who should get a booth contract like that, it's either him or Peyton.
Yeah, definitely not Tony Romo.
No.
Tony Romo is awful.
He is terrible, dude.
He's so bad. Give it to Al Michaels. Please give Al Michaels, someone good. He needs a balance. He needs a decent foil in that booth because Tony Romo is just like a wilting piece of
He's so bad
slag.
at it.
No, you can't wilt slag, can you? Well, if you
No.
heat it up enough, but that boy's got no fire. So he's more like just a wet piece. Oh, he's a wet paper bag. There you go. That's about how effective Tony Romo is in the booth. I hate when I can hear his smile.
God. I hope he gets better because I don't mind Tony Romo, and like when Dak came in, it was like poor Romo, he's gone. You're just done
right?
now. Tom Brady, the crybaby more than LeBron. If you're a Steelers fan, yes, he retired. Here's the problem, Derpy. All of you hate him because you've lost to him so many times. We're Giants fans. We're good. We don't hate Tom Brady.
Beat him twice, prevented him from a perfect season, and then just took another one away because it was Eli Manning's day.
Yeah,
Two-time Super Bowl MVP, Eli Manning.
I don't
the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, it's true. I don't hate Tom Brady because I don't care about him.
Boom.
And he was funny in Ted. That's like he can't beat the Giants and he's funny in Ted. I hate the Eagles and the Cowboys more than I hate
I respect Tom Brady because we got to see one of the greatest of all time do the thing. So I love that we got that. I really am. That's really neat that we can say that and that we witnessed that, and that was pretty rad. And he won one of the best to ever lace him up.
Tom Brady. Could you just imagine? Like people are asking him, just like, well, now that you're retired, are you still upset about Giselle? And he's like, yeah. And he's like tabbing himself with like the $247 million.
Wads of cash. Oh, it's terrible. I hope she's enjoying her new gym personal consultant boyfriend.
She came out after he announced his retirement, and like she didn't emphasize anything, but she was like, I'm very happy for you and I wish you all the best in the world. And it's like, yeah, dude, she's gone. she moved on.
She's gone. Whoa.
Oh my God. And the funny thing is her net worth is like $400 million.
Yeah, she's fine.
So
she handled her business since day one, man.
You're $247 million bucks where you're calling and you're like, but I'm rich now. It's like,
well, because half of that is alimony.
Well, no, I don't think so because she was always the breadwinner.
Did they prenup each other?
I don't know. I don't know how it works, but like I do know when it comes to alimony, it's generally factored in. And
whoever makes the most, yeah.
Honestly, they probably were like, we're good. Do I really need alimony from him? No, we're good.
That's true. Yeah, we don't need child support. We don't need anything. And they live across the street from each other, so it's not. They're going to at least stay in each other's lives for the kids, so that's important.
Do you think he retired and she's like, whoa. I need my child support money. And he was like, all right, signed a booth deal.
No, what happened is he retired and she went, whoa. You don't think we're getting back together, right? Like these papers are final. I don't want to do this again. We're done. Well, I mean, it's already over because he already did the thing. And the thing there was treating the foosball more important than her. So it doesn't have to be football, work. He treated work more important than her. And as someone who's done that before, it doesn't end well.
No.
That's kind of once you've decided that there's a priority above the person you want to make your significant over, it's done. That's it.
I don't think it's done. I think I think the communication. No, I'm not saying it's not done in all situations, but like in some situations, I think it comes down to there's a lack of communication here that really needs to be addressed. somebody's missing something.
Yeah.
And you guys haven't actually figured it out. Now, I'm not saying that in your case. I'm talking more towards the Tom Brady, Giselle.
You mean like more the people who are like jet setting, who live a lifestyle where they're constantly traveling and doing things versus someone who's pretty sedentary and like my jet setting is an hour-long trip back and forth on a road.
A couple of times a day, by the way. That's how hard this guy works.
Yesterday, I did it 4 times.
What is wrong with you? Stop doing that. You don't have to live at work because you're the boss now. In fact,
this is me trying to not live at work, and this is happening.
From my perspective, when it comes to that job, the boss doesn't do shit. So
wouldn't that be neat?
And
Wouldn't
Casey,
that be a cool
Casey
trick?
was never my boss. Well, Casey was the assistant manager, but he wasn't my boss, like the main boss at the time. So I'm talking about the main boss. He doesn't do shit. Casey
be
does.
able to not do shit.
I know, but
this is the whole thing.
You're
if
not
I work,
capable of it.
If I work really hard now for the next 6 to 8 months, and I implement the systems and the things begin to go smoothly the way I hope they do, it'll be plug and play humans. I can just be like, you just do this part, you do this part, you do this part. Hooray! And then I want to be able to, because I want this summer, okay, realistically, next summer, I want to be able to randomly leave the office and take a work call from the golf course, because I did that a few years ago. In 2020, I was able to do that. I was able to hit the disc golf course and be on a meeting on my headset, and it felt pretty neat.
Casey is giving up the Scene Snobs because he needs to drive to work 4 more times today.
No, that's going to happen at 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. I'll be going over at 1 p.m. I'll be heading back over into work.
You are an insane man.
Hey, man.
Listen.
Got to pay the cost to be the boss. Meow.
Fair. All right. I don't know where to find this that you're saying Princess Brady retires. I actually made something for y'all. Where is it? Is it in the Discord? Because I can't pull it up at the moment. This laptop's being silly. It's really just for a laugh. It's really describes. I don't need to pull it up. You're describing it for. At the end of the hour, went from the NFL. It's like 54 seconds. Hold on, I'm going to put it in Discord, which I can't get into.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Have it pulled up since your topic. I put something in general for the cord. I don't know why Discord is being a pain in the butt while I'm doing this.
It's actually saying the video is currently unavailable, Derp.
Sorry, Derp. We're moving on to the next thing, though.
Oh.
You got it?
Yep. Let me over to you. Yep. So, stand by. I'll put it in the Pravat chat.
The Pravat shots. You can share. You know, you can hit present and share.
Can I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
I'd do it if you want, but
no. I want to do it now. Now that I know I can.
All right.
Present. Well, no, because that's sharing my screen.
No, Chromebook tab. Do you see the tabs up top?
Yeah.
I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it this time. We'll go over it next time, I promise.
All right.
Hold on.
If only I had slides.
I know it's a pain in the butt. But I mean, it's cool that they offer it, but it is a pain in the butt. All right, let's share the screen, shall we, everyone? Derpy made a very nice video for us to watch, and I'm excited to check it out. So here we go. Oh, Leia.
Oh, Leia, indeed.
What's that?
That's Drew Brees.
It was too fast. I couldn't see it.
Never miss that scar.
Yeah. That's Ben Roethlisberger.
He's saying,
Peyton.
The memory of Peyton and Eli.
Oh. Although R2's great. Nothing for Brady. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, who is that?
I'm not sure. End of an era. Goodbye.
Goodbye. It was good to see you. Go follow Derpy.
It's just like Star Wars,
Oh,
but
Philip
with
Rivers.
Chewie. Oh, that was Philip Rivers. Okay,
Philip Rivers.
thank you.
I don't even recognize his face.
I honestly was trying to. I was like, "Is that Jay Cutler? No, who's that?"
They all came
Weird
in
that
around
I.
the same time, didn't they?
Yeah, those were all the quarterbacks because that's how far they are now that Brady's retired.
Yeah. Okay. So all of them have retired first.
Yeah.
Eli came in after Brady.
Yeah, Brady's literally like handing all of them their asses. Like, no, I beat all of you. Those are ghosts. Like Peyton and Eli are now ghosts. They're on the sidelines. So far on the sidelines, they don't count. Being droids. They're all damaged.
No, I know. Well, he did finally get an award.
But Philip Rivers never did, just like Chewbacca.
Rivers never did. No, they finally gave Chewie the award.
When?
They did something with the new trilogy. I forgot.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that. Yeah.
And actually, when it was years ago, but I think it was like the MTV Movie Awards. I think she gave him one as a joke. It was like, "Why didn't you give one to Chewie?" And
that's right. Yep, Carrie Fisher did that. It was a whole thing. Yep.
So,
and then they had that was always one of those weird ones that always definitely helped me gain the incorrect impression on how to function as a human. Was the Best Kiss Awards, when everyone would just randomly make out with each other, and then you come to find out years later all of those stories is like every single one of them was a case of assault. It's like, whoa.
Oh my
God.
Dude.
If it wasn't so public and everyone wasn't so popular, that'd probably be problematic. Imagine us trying to do that at the Snobbies. Well, screens get in the way, so
that's true.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it in person one day. I promise. It's gonna happen. All right, so let's shift over to this Oscars drama that, of course, has started.
Oh yeah, Oscars drama. I love it. Pew, 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 pew. All the news that's fit to print. It's Oscar drama.
So we have actress Andrea Riseborough, British actress, who is nominated for a movie called To Leslie as the best actress. It is not nominated for anything else, just her performance in it. Okay. So she received a nomination. The other nominations, of course, are Cate Blanchett, Ana de Armas, Michelle Williams, and Michelle Yeoh. An investigation into the legitimacy of her nomination was launched following the accusations of unfair tactics. Questions were asked about the actress's surprise nod to relatively unknown and low-budget film. Her nomination was not rescinded, however. Responsible parties were to be dealt with, according to a report. Excuse me.
Good push.
Thank you very much. Speaking to the Academy nomination, Riseborough admitted, "I'm astounded. I'm such an unexpected ray of light. It was so hard to believe that it might ever happen because we really hadn't been in running and anything else." Which right there, the fact that your main star is saying, who's nominated, and the only person or only thing nominated, saying we haven't been nominated anywhere else, so this was very surprising.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Sorry, I'm just.
But what's the unfair practice? Like, I'm curious as to what's the tactic that they're thinking was.
Oscar drama explained. I just had it up and then I X'd out of it because I was getting rid of the Giselle Bundchen thing. So here we go. Okay. Let me explain.
Please do, because I'm very curious. So do they think it's a bribe thing? Okay, no. Let's go back. Okay. Is it that uncommon for a movie or a actor, actress in the movie to get nominated for a role that nothing else it gets nominated for? So that movie gets no other screenplay, gets nothing else, not makeup, nada. It's got nothing. It's only one actor, actress who gets the nom. Is that ever happened? Is that a common practice?
It's not unheard of. You get you get some, and it's mostly in performances, or music or something that pops up. Like it's just something that stuck out about it. Like Eminem, technically, Lose Yourself, or not Lose. 8 Mile wasn't really nominated for anything except for the song. Yeah, so it happens. you'll get an actor that pops out of nowhere, and I really think that is the Academy's way of saying, hey, look at this indie darling we want you to see.
Right, which I think totally plays. Okay, so why is this one now getting such scrutiny?
Yeah, that's a great question. As it goes, it recently decided that Andrea Riseborough was allowed to keep her Oscar nomination for Best Actress for a role to Leslie, despite the controversy surrounding the film's campaign to score the star as a much coveted accolade. So what is the controversy about overall? Find out more here. British actress Andrea was a dark horse for the Best Actress nomination, and for her Oscar nod was a massive surprise due to the small budget of the indie film, which right there is Academy Award bullshit anyway, in which she plays an alcoholic woman broken after winning the lottery, particularly when actress Viola Davis was snubbed for her celebrated role in The Woman King, which was expected to receive a nomination, which I would like to point out. Hold on one second.
But Woman King is up for the movie, for best movie, and I believe for best adapted screenplay.
Women Talking is not.
Oh,
yeah. I got that. I thought that too, and then I realized that it wasn't. Now it is a celebrated role, but it did not do well in theaters.
Oh, Woman King?
Yeah, and it wasn't highly talked about. It just critics really liked it, and the audiences that had seen it really liked it.
It's just not a huge audience. Yeah,
exactly. And listen, it looks awesome to me. I haven't seen it. I really wanted to, but
I watched it. It's fantastic.
Good. Very cool.
Really good. Really good.
Well,
and I finally finished
what
Wakanda
part
Forever
of history
last
is
night.
it about? Where does that take place? Because I don't even know much about.
Oh, I don't even remember, buddy. I was really tired watching that. It didn't stick with me. It was good. I enjoyed it. How about that? I really enjoyed it. I couldn't tell you anything about it. Same thing with Wakanda Forever. Dude,
this is a true story.
I literally just finished Wakanda Forever. I think so. I don't remember. You're hitting me. I've got nothing. It didn't stick with me. That's like the last 6 movies. I think I have a problem, or I'm just working too much, and everything is just sifting through me right now.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not paying attention to anything. I'm just watching stuff. Well, I'll repeat myself. Wakanda Forever. Finally finished it yesterday. Okay.
You didn't like it?
I barely remember it. It did not stick with me. Angela Davis, God, Angela Bassett made me cry twice. Like, no joke. I bawled. She was fantastic. She was so good and so powerful. She hit me right in the gut. And it was a good, enjoyable movie. But I can't say anything beyond that. I can't speak beyond that. I enjoyed it. That's it.
What do you think about that ending, though? Do you think they're going to propel that further? Can we spoil it? I guess it's
being streamed on Disney Plus, but it just actually released on Disney Plus. Let's give it a week before we spoil it.
I like to see where they take that ending, though. I think it's gonna. I don't know. We'll see. I'd love to hear what you think.
We'll talk about that maybe more.
I just don't want to give it up.
Gives everyone the weekend. Let's give everyone the weekend to be able to watch it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Because I enjoyed it, and it's a good movie. I think anyone would watch that. I think anyone who wants to watch The Woman King, good movie. It's, you know what? The Woman King is the same way that Chris Pine's, whatever that King movie that he came out with about, I think, a Scottish king or something.
Chris Pine, Scottish King. I don't know. I don't know that one. You mean the
Rebel King is what it was called. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know the Rebel King. I know
the Rebel King, man.
Scotland, which was not about Scotland.
No.
That's a much different movie.
Very different. But the Rebel King, I don't remember a thing about. I remember it's got Chris Pine in it, and he was a king. And I think it was Scotland. I'm not really sure. But that was fun. That was fun. But Wakanda Forever, it was very long, and it was good, and I enjoyed it. And they've got some cool stuff, and maybe we'll bring that up at a later date. We'll discuss deeper. It is Black History Month, so actually this would be a perfect time for it. So I will put a comprehensive list together.
Both those movies are probably not the best thing to forget in Black History Month, Casey.
Dude, I've forgotten a lot of movies right now, right? I'm watching a lot of things. I'm watching a lot of television.
I didn't remind everybody that's Black History Month.
I'm also the one who's also I've got to take notes to watch Enterprise right now. That's how much stuff I have going.
There's so much stuff going on in that show.
Just in life.
So, however,
2:30.
what?
We've been at this for 2.5 hours.
Yep.
I feel like time is flying by.
It is flying by, buddy. They want you to go to work. The gods want you to go to work.
The gods are like, you do more. You are not yet done.
However, it soon came to light there was a strong campaign for Andrea to be considered for the nomination, as the actress had requested that her famous friends post about the film and support her role, with the likes of stars like Jennifer Aniston, Edward Norton, Gwyneth Paltrow, publicly offering their support for Andrea's performance in the film. In one email, which was sent between the nomination period, which ended January 17th, she wrote, "If you're willing to post every day between now and January 17th, that would be amazing. But anything is helpful, so please do it. Makes you comfortable. And what's more comfortable than posting about a movie every day?" Speaking about her nomination, she later told Deadline, "I'm astounded. It's such an honor, blah, 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 expected." She's so happy. The Academy has since confirmed that the campaign did not break rules, with the conclusion of her review revealing that it did not rise to the level of film's nomination should be rescinded. So she campaigned for herself, and she asked she asked other members of the Academy that are very famous to really push for her to get a nomination. And I understand it didn't break the guidelines. They said it themselves, but that this is the problem with the Academy. They BS so much that it's just becoming this huge problem. And the fact of the matter is, I don't know whose performance was better. I didn't see The Woman King. I haven't seen To Leslie.
I have to watch them. You know my problems. I have one of those things. So now there's controversy over it. I'm in. It's like, don't worry, darling. You know how excited I am to finally sit down and watch that with all of the stuff I followed for a year.
Fair. Get Over It. It's just a trophy that's there for all of time, while you averagely die at 60 or 80s as humans get over it. In fairness, you did make a video about Tom Brady winning an award. I'm kidding, Derpy. Of course, I love you, buddy. I'm just messing with you.
Man, whatever. I mean, I think it's dumb. I've pretty much not given credence to the Oscars for at least 20 years now.
Yeah, they don't really deserve it. They haven't deserved it even longer than that, in my opinion.
I mean, I just don't bother. Like, we have the snobbies going. That's way more important. We want to celebrate people who are actually putting their hearts and souls into something they love doing, and they're pretty darn good at. So we like supporting our friends and our family and all of this podcasting community that we live in. And so if you've got some great shows that you want to have nominated, please make sure to send them in to us.
And we still need judges. So
we need judges. If you're interested in judging, let us know. Reach out to thescenesnobs@gmail.com, that email address, and let us know your interest in being a judge.
All right. So I didn't even get to the contest. That's how fast everything is moving. So next week, somebody's going to win the Leanne. It lives to see another day.
Oh, someone's keeping that in the house for another week. Okay. All right.
Oh, fine. I'll do one right now. I'll ask a trivia question. I forgot to ask one at 8:30.
No. I think it's better this way because we still need to go through upcoming movies.
Oh, boy. All right. Let's do it. We got as you said, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is out on Disney Plus now. You can go check that out. Go ahead.
Yes, and then we also have Sam and Kate on Peacock. When Sam returns to his small town to take care of his ailing father, he soon finds himself falling for a local woman, Kate. Simultaneously, his father begins finding love with Kate's mother. But both couples must confront their past in order to make their new love work for the future. With Dustin Hoffman and Jake Hoffman. That's fun. And Skylar Fisk and Sissy Spacek. Ooh.
Unexpected follows music critic Bob, who is struggling with the demotion, addicted to Zoloft, and Oh my God. It's a music critic named Bob struggling after a demotion, and he's addicted to Zoloft.
I love it.
It's white privilege, the movie.
You will never make it through this movie because you just fall asleep every time.
Oh my God. And trying to
And it's
wrangle
got
them. You know, I know a writer wrote this movie and was like, I'm addicted to Zoloft and I really want to tell my story. But dude, like at some
it's not
point,
funny. Addiction is not funny.
addiction's not. I'm not laughing at the addiction.
I'm laughing at being that tired.
But it's a movie. Like, add to it. Like, I'm really depressed. I need to take a few dozen of these.
And
I
it's the
realized that
janitor
sounded
from
like a
Scrubs.
suicide joke, but I promise you it wasn't.
It's the It's not as bad as you think it is.
Don't go down that route. That is not where I was going with it.
I didn't say I was taking all of the Zoloft.
A few dozen of these over a serious amount of time that is prescribed by your doctor. But if you're addicted to it, you're taking more than that. Oh my God.
Are you? Or are you just incapable of stopping it?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, I know a lot of people who've been heroin addicts for over 50 years. You don't exactly do that doing a lot of heroin.
Fair.
There's things called maintenance.
No, I understand. I know. I get the feel of it. I'm talking about White Privilege, the movie here, with a music critic named Bob is addicted to Zola. I don't care for it. It's stupid. It's a stupid premise.
Will adopting a baby cure their existential angst?
I didn't even get there, Casey. I didn't even get there.
They have angst.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Casey.
But the last line, you got to finish the last line.
So, or should they rescue another duck? I'm going to sit here and not talk until 10 a.m. I don't want to read another movie.
That is a movie.
All right.
With the janitor from Scrubs and Patricia Heaton. Woohoo.
Oh my God, dude. Follow a music critic named Bob who is struggling with a demotion, addicted to Zoloft, and trying to wrangle the menagerie of animals with his wife, Amy, has accumulated. They face a crossroads. Will adopting a baby cure their existential angst, or will they rescue another duck? Another duck.
Another duck.
Another duck.
The first one didn't do it. So obviously, just get another duck.
If this movie is not the personification of white privilege, I don't know what is.
I mean, it's up there. It's definitely up there. You can find that limited release and also video on demand and digital TV.
What's The Woman King about? I don't remember. What's Unexpected about? I remember everything.
I'll never not remember. 80s for Brady. Rated PG-13 and in theaters. Inspired by the true story of four best friends and New England Patriots fans who take a life-changing trip to the 2017 Super Bowl LI to see their hero Tom Brady play. That's 51. That's
I'm telling you now, Casey, I'm reading one more of these and then I'm out. That Unexpected lived up to its name, first of all. But it made me hate movies right now. I hate movies at the moment. I don't.
Well, what do we have currently going? So the question is, who's winning for our movie? What do we have to go see this weekend? Because this weekend, 2 movies are coming out. We haven't even gotten to the point of listing or using mouth wording the other one. Are you going to read it right now?
Nope. It's going to be read on Master Shake's show tonight at 7 p.m. here on the Scene Snobs channel.
The description of the movie.
The other one. Yeah, okay. I was not going to because I kind of hate movies, but whatever. Knock at the Cabin while vacationing, which is probably the only movie I'm really looking forward to this weekend.
Okay.
While vacationing, a girl and her parents are taken hostage by armed strangers who demand that the family make a choice to avoid the apocalypse. It looks really good. It looks fun. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, which I don't mind. I know Casey's not a huge fan.
I'm not a huge fan. The movies are really good until they're not.
It's the greatest descriptor for a movie I've ever heard.
That's what they are.
Until they're not.
There's 3 fantastic movies he's got, and he should have 6, but half of them just stopped being a good movie. The Village just quit.
Yeah, it's true.
It just quit being a good movie. Lady in the Water is fantastic. I think it's really well done. I really enjoy it. Signs, I actually really like all the way through until it stops being a good movie. The moment he's using a baseball bat to hit glasses of water at aliens who were clearly here to try to inhabit a place, as we've been told, but they can't be around water and the planet's 70% water, it stopped being a good movie.
If Casey could write synopsis for all movies, this is what he'd write for Unexpected. This was a okay movie until it wasn't, and there's a duck.
And there's a duck. And luckily, the duck kept me interested.
But there's no baby.
But
he wore his condom.
What a twist. What if Unexpected is also an M. Night Shyamalan movie? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I want that to be the M. Night Shyamalan movie. Could we go back and get M. Night to just redo that Unexpected movie? That would be dope.
Yes, 100%. This time he's addicted to, I don't know, astrological signs.
Make it a good one. Or like he's addicted to geothermal power and he just has to continue to build these magnificent homes that are completely self-sustaining.
I want to meet the writer
ecosystems.
I want to meet the writer of Unexpected.
No, you can tell you're just going to punch him.
And FYI, it's a comedy, by the way. It's listed as a comedy. Unexpected is listed as a comedy. With that synopsis, I don't know how. But the fact that they're pushing the Zoloft, like you had to put Zoloft. You couldn't just say he's suffering addiction.
No, it's Zoloft.
It's like he's addicted to
Zoloft.
Because
if you're talking about addiction, if I read that someone's suffering from addiction and I walk in and I notice that the person is sleeping and I thought it was, crack, I could be very different about what the effects are of that, addiction. So you need to be mindful of that.
Oh, and listen, I understand addiction. I know.
Or then you get a boring addiction where it's like, oh, it's alcohol. It's like, yeah, everyone's addicted to alcohol. Just stop letting people buy alcohol.
Not calling it boring addictions. I'm not downplaying addiction. What I'm saying is
I am. It's fine. I'll totally insult
fucking stretching it by saying his addiction is Zola. Like, come on. You're just adding something, but you don't know. Whoever wrote this doesn't know enough about addiction and didn't care to actually do any work to figure it out. So they just put Zoloft.
I mean, if it falls along the lines of like, what was the other thing? Oh, Schitt's Creek. Yeah. Like if it's going to be that, and Zoloft is a tongue-in-cheek thing, like, oh, I'm addicted, but I'm not really, man. Kind of like Garden State, like the idea that it's just angst.
Oh my God!
It's all like just us being trapped in our own.
It's just angst. Oh my! I got to tell you, like, I know you love that movie. Like, there's a lot of things I've cooled off about when it comes to the Zach Braff property.
Oh, same. No, The Last Kiss is the only one that I truly love, and that was the one I didn't like as much when I first saw it, because it's not the love story. It's how to lose a love.
And win it back by sleeping outside.
He didn't win it back. They got divorced.
No, I know. And as they should have. He screwed it up.
That's why I liked it.
No, I did like The Last Kiss, and I appreciated that about the movie. But like even Scrubs. So the other day I'm on TikTok, and they showed the scene where he stands up and he's like, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm staring at the ceiling alone, and you're... Honestly, I watch that now, and like I remember when I would watch
Except for you, Doctor. Look at me. It must be so hard for look at me. Yeah, I remember.
Yes, but you don't remember the woman. So when I watch that scene now and I look at it and I'm like, you know what though, JD? Like I get it. I get that you're alone. I know that feeling, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And when I was in that, you're right. Like you do want to scream at the people who have somebody else, but that scene seriously trivializes what couples are going through.
Well, yeah, of course. But the whole point was he was selfish.
Yeah,
he was very concerned about himself. Right.
When they reassert that scene in places like TikTok and stuff, they leave that part out. They make it like a dramatic sort of telling, and it's like he is being selfish, and he was being selfish, like he was alone because of him. Dude had
right.
That was the 1 week on that show he didn't have a girlfriend or
Yeah.
some hot date somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, Tasty Coma Wife. Who else did he wind
He
up with?
did
He had
so
so
many
many.
bad things on that show.
Yeah, that was kind of the joy. That's the idea, is that sometimes the person that you most often look to as being the good guy, there's no such thing. Everybody has the darkness to them. You know, you're the one you're putting that on someone else and saying, well, you're a good guy. It's like, no, I constantly tell people, no, I'm not. I'm an asshole. And I like being it. It's cool. It's fine. It also means I know where my line is and I'm not willing to let people cross it. That's all.
Yeah, I for me, it's like I know sometimes you got to be an asshole because life is just life and throws you lemons, and you got to say fuck the lemons and bail.
Yes, that's exactly what you do. Yeah.
You got to be an asshole at times, but I'm glad I'm not associated with it anymore.
Yeah.
For too long, people are just like, "You're just an asshole, aren't you?" I'm like, I just don't like. I don't like you. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, well, I decided I could have hung out with the crowd, but you were going to be part of it, so no.
That's a great line. I wish I had used that more.
I mean, I've got them. I got them in droves, and then I say them, and that's the funny thing too, is when you get into arguments, and people are like, "God, you're really bad to argue with." I'm like, I tell people I don't like to argue. If you want to talk, we can talk. The moment it turns into an argument, I get scared. I've always been a skinny guy. Fight or flight kicks in, and I'll just, poke right into the eye. I'll do the most damage and run away.
Dude, I can't argue with stupid people anymore. It just bothers me. It just really does. Like, it's just like, come on, man. Like, and not even
realizing
ignorant people.
Realizing how many stupid people are out there, it makes me wonder if maybe I'm stupid, right? Maybe the secret is if everyone else around you's stupid, maybe you're the stupid one. So I'm clearly the stupid guy. I've got to be. That's just all there is to it.
Or in a world of stupid, you're the smart one. Build the bomb.
Why the last man? No, I'm not good. I'm good. I'm out.
No, I didn't say why the last man. I said build the bomb, Oppenheimer. Calm down.
And then I can become death incarnate.
Like Idiocracy. Like, I don't know, try water instead of Gatorade. But Gatorade has electrolytes.
What? It's what plants want, man.
So next week you could win this soon to be used.
It's gently used. I always like when things are gently used. Makes me feel way better about approaching them.
This gingerly touched Liana Tweed 2000s.
Welcome. Do you enjoy this mildly caressed calendar? Would you?
I'm not saying that I'm not turned on, but I am.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Don't mind my raging hand boner. What?
I can't wait till next Friday when we're sitting here and it's my kindergarten diploma and a Leanna Tweeden 2006 calendar hanging up on the wall next to me. It's like, I want it this time.
I got permission to keep it.
with all of the NASCAR dates that they were, in 2006. So like, I know that now. That's information that I know for the rest of my life.
Well, let's see. So 2006, so 2010, 14, 18, 22. So in another 3 years, it'll be right again.
Jesus Christ. I should send it to her and ask her to sign it.
Do it.
I want to know what she would think having that show up. She'd be like, I saved it.
You and I both, well, not good things about you. It would be like, really?
Why
so you took it out of the plastic that it came in, and we're still able to actually keep it alive that long?
We should go to Manassas, you and I, and take pictures of all of her friends from Manassas holding it.
Deal.
And then just keep.
I know three of them right off top of the head will be down.
Boom. In. I love it. It's just a Manassas trip. Let's just have fun.
I'm in. It's been a minute. Well, we can go visit Mikey. Mikey's bartending in there.
Oh,
We go have a ball and go grab a beer over at the Finns.
Is he Finns now? Nice.
Yeah, man. It's really cool. Yeah, that's then, it's always nice to pop in on Chris. I love seeing Chris. So I'll happily go say hi to everybody.
Yeah, guys,
do it? And we do that Saturday?
Can't. We got the thing on Saturday.
What thing?
We have the tournament, and then we have I have Sturdy's thing at 4.
And then the movie.
Which we have to go see because I told everybody.
Right. No, but I'm saying we can just go see it in Manassas.
Maybe.
Xandris. Maybe grab a beer out that way.
Xandris. I don't know.
Right? We can get some good food. We can kind of visit people we haven't seen in a minute. Feel good about ourselves.
I'll see how I feel tomorrow because it's supposed to be 11 degrees outside.
Oh.
And I don't know if I want to walk around Manassas in 11 degrees.
That's fair. That's fair. It's a bit brisk.
I'm even like, can we get a screener copy of one of these movies that wins? I don't want to walk around.
Happily just sit in the house. But okay, here's the deal. If I'm driving over, you got to give me something.
Dick.
You got food?
I'll give you dick.
I don't want dick.
I'll give you a Louisiana sweet.
The prizes of stuff in my closet is my favorite thing ever.
I feel like it's going to catch on. It's going to be a hit. It's going to be a fun one.
I absolutely believe it.
You know what it is? It's funny because Sturdy's gone by now, but I haven't sent out his stuff. We signed it. I haven't sent it out because last week Jason had won, but I was like, I bet you he's just going to win something else. So I'm like, I just kind of want to gear it all up and put it together. And I haven't.
No, that's not what we got to do. I'll take it next time I'm over. When I come over tomorrow, I'll take it.
Box. I just have to put it there.
I'll take it. I'm saying I will take it.
It's here for you. The reason being I wanted to get bubble wrap for the picture.
Oh, I've got that.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got you.
You'll get it, Sturdy. It's a broken fan and a picture of the Rat Pack with our signatures on it. Calm down.
Congratulations, and you're lucky.
I love that I'm downplaying the previous. Good luck.
Congratulations, you get a prize. Shut up and like it.
You got my junk. Deal with it.
Hey, you know what you get? You get a chuck round, all right? You get some steak, kid.
You know what everybody really wants? They don't want those. They want the Leanna Sweden 2006 calendar from Stuff Magazine.
That's just such a hot button item right now.
It's going to be the one that I'm giving away.
Bingo.
All right, it's 9:52, everybody. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys being a part of it. Before we go, I do want to start. It was brought to my attention yesterday that a lot of people talk about movie rental stores and stuff like that, and how they've gone away, and people are sad about that fact. But it was brought to my attention yesterday that there is a place that everybody can go, right? And rent movies, be with people, see things, and it's actually free. And that is your local public library. You guys should go check it out. It is something that, since it was brought to my attention, like I said, it made me realize that on our shows now, at the end, I would really like to push people, go get a library card, go celebrate your library that's in town, go read, go rent movies, go be a part of it, get back out into the community, especially after the past 3 years we have. And I think the public library is the best way to do that.
I could not agree more. They have fantastic programs all the time. It's what I enjoy being able to take my daughter down to, and we are always able to pick up a book, hang out. If we need to do some research, we can go cruise down and surf the web. It's a wonderful spot to go. Please support your local library. It's very important.
Yeah. So very excited for that. We got a lot of fun stuff going on soon, guys. We have announced to our patrons our new Patreon tier system, which will be in effect March 1st. If you want to join in now and kind of get in there beforehand, please let us know, or just go check it out. And now that's down in the description below. You can check it out and stuff like that. We have some really fun stuff coming up. I'm going to play a trailer for you real quick of our new show that we're going to be doing, Patreon exclusive. So if you're a Star Trek fan, you'll definitely be into it. But here's the trailer. And
super stoked.
Very stoked for that show. One thing I also did want to point out is that this show is brought to you by Entertainment Earth, our newest affiliate. Go check them out. They have a great site for collectibles, not just Funko Pops, but tons of stuff. They actually, like, I'm really digging a lot of this new Star Wars stuff they're putting out. I want the Darth Vader and Luke going after each other. There's just so many cool things.
All the cool things.
So use our link down below in the description, and that is our affiliate link, and you can get 10% off your purchase or free shipping for anything over $39.
Bam.
So we got some fun stuff going. Casey, would you like to say anything before we get going, sir?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you as always. We hope you enjoyed and kicked off your weekend the right way, and thanks for hanging out with us, and hopefully your day goes great. Remember today to give yourself time and space to process all of this in whatever way feels right for you. Do that for yourself. Love and appreciate you all. Be kind to yourself.
And guys, I could not have put it better myself. So all I'm going to say is bask in the glow of September.
Boobs.
Boobs. Casey's was better, but whatever. Boobs.
Love you guys.
Yeah, love you guys. And we'll see you guys coming up soon. I'm sure we got tons of stuff.
Oh, we're always around. Sunday night, Geeked Out. Be there, be square.
Later, Gators.
Hey guys, Mick here. Thanks so much for watching the show and supporting us. We appreciate it. We appreciate you coming back and joining in the comments. But guys, I really want to thank you, our patrons who are out here supporting us, helping us keep the lights on. Really, truly appreciate you. Tim, Paul, Stacy, Matt, Aaron, AJ, George G3, Chris S, Dale, Chris H, Dan, John B, Ron, Jason, and John W. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Guys, we have 3 tiers available right now. As of March 1st, we're adding 2 more tiers for a total of 5 with tons of perks. So go check out patreon.com/thescenesnobs. And join our SnobNation Discord channel where the moderators are keeping everything going and we're having really fun conversations over there and more. So go check it out. It's free to join and just be part of the SnobNation. And remember to embrace the absurdity. Hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. We have tons of great shows coming out and more. Our lives are over on Patreon, but you can check out the SnobNation Morning Drive live show on our YouTube channel Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern, and tons more shows coming up thereafter. We have great shows like the Scene Snobs Podcast, Betting Bros, Math vs. Smash, Real Combat, movie reviews, and tons more. We have fun over there, and we think you will too. If you're looking for great merch, go over to the snobsmerch.com store. Use promo code SNOBS for 10% off of your order. We have tons of shirts, mugs, everything, stickers, all different types of designs. We love it. I think you will too. So go check it out and let us know what you think. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms. We are at The Scene Snobs everywhere. You can also follow Casey at Planos21 on Instagram, at Casey the Madman on TikTok, and at Twitter Night on Twitter. Guys, tons of fun stuff and new things coming out every day, so go check out our content there. Thank you guys again. We are The Scene Snobs. Embrace the absurdity with us, and we love you, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody.